Are we live? We are live.
Are we live?
Right. Let's go live. Yes, hello. What's going on? How you guys doing?
What's
Man.
up?
Look at this, bro.
Hello.
This is crazy. I know, Bomber, you and Leo, this is something you guys do every week, so it's kind of like this, but having all you guys here, all my friends, hey, this is cool, man.
Absolutely, man.
What's up, guys? Thank you for coming. This is episode 23, Backlog Chronicles. I am Mo Kaoma, Dr. Mo, every other name you can think of. I'm going to go around first. My man Mike.
What's going on, peeps? What's up, Mo? Everybody? Shit, it is good to be here tonight. I'll tell you what.
So, the token female, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm the token female, also known
token
as
female.
Phasma or Angela. Hi.
Underneath, Hassan, your mic is muted, my friend.
Yes, I am.
Don't make that mistake live. I don't care if there's one person watching.
I'm sitting at the same desk I was sitting on all day working, and hitting that mute is important during a meeting.
You don't have any Zoom background behind you that you can put up for us?
Yes, I gave up that life though. There's no background me.
To his left, member number 1 of Season Gaming, the master of lingerie himself.
Yeah, you guys don't want to see this.
Man, Dan.
Listen, you want to gain subscribers, not lose them. I'm going to stay with the Craig shirt for everybody's sake. Now, tomorrow, all bets are off. My wife will be away, so we'll see what happens.
And you know what? I know you don't do a lot of live shows. That's why initially I was like, I don't know, maybe not. We'll see.
I
appreciate it, bro.
I keep the circle. You got to keep the circle small.
Yeah,
on Twitter. You meet some good people,
small.
and then I'm good with that. I'll go on shows as long as I like the person. So,
okay.
That's why I'm here.
Feel honored.
FYI for anyone in the future, if he doesn't go on your show, he doesn't like you.
And that is 100% accurate. I do not like you. Like if I say no to you, I mean I'm a nice guy. So
To his
There's no
left,
hypotheticals.
yeah.
well, to his left, we got the master of disaster, the one you got to hide your wives and your daughters,
Shit.
assuming they're overage. Not pulling any weird shit over here. Mama man, what's up, baby?
What's going on, man? Man, I'm excited. This is fun. Let's get into it. I don't care, man. I'm freaking the week of the damn new consoles. Hell yeah.
Oh, God,
I know, bro. I know. It's going to be freaking awesome.
Been a good week.
Yeah.
Pompinator, man. Mariano. Under Bomber. Bro, I love
special.
I feel special.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Hey, you got that sexy ass Craig David look, bro.
I got pretty. I was like, all right, I gotta get pretty, man.
To his right, the man, the myth, the legend, the power of the Porsche himself.
What is going on, guys? This is crazy. We talked about doing an SG show with everyone, and this is pretty much it already. So I don't know where we go from here. But hey, Pampa, I like that chair, man.
Oh, man, it's a beautiful chair. I like your chairs too, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I bet you guys dress the same every day too. You get on FaceTime and say, "Oh, guess what I'm wearing today?"
That's a different podcast.
I cannot confirm or deny what you just said.
There's literally a private chat somewhere on Twitter. It's just them comparing. What are you wearing today, dude?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Are you going to wear that today? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
To Ainsley's right, we got the man who is popping his virtual cherry today.
Yes.
Graham. How you doing, Graham?
Graham,
I don't.
Fantastic.
I gotta tell you, bro. I don't know a single person who tags more in their posts than you. I have never met anyone in my life, bro. I swear to God. If you were praying, you would tag God. Like, that's exactly how you are, bro. Bro, you tag.
You do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do.
Hey, man, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so episode 23, we wanted to do I told Mike a few weeks ago, I'm like, hey man, when the consoles come out, like let's do something freaking awesome, you know, because we don't go live too often. The last time we were live was when we had Joe, and I was telling him, I'm like, you know, if we wanted to go live, I always wanted it to be for something pretty cool. And I'm like, hey bro, you know what, let's just fucking go balls out and tell everybody to come on and let's do it.
I feel like that's like the best way to do it, is just like with other people, being able to express your excitement. And like for me, I didn't pick up the consoles, guys, so I'm just like over here gawking at you guys like, yes, telling me more. So yeah, dude, like even sitting here, like, yeah, FOMO and stuff like that, but I mean, I just like seeing friends happy. It makes me happy. So it's like everybody on Twitter, like mostly like the energy is pretty positive for the most part. So I feel like we're in good times in gaming, ladies and gentlemen.
Agreed.
Uh-huh. Oh
Yep.
yeah. Well, it was a good week to do it anyway because of the consoles, and everybody's excited and whatever.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to do was I wanted to get everybody's impressions. Good, bad, hate it, love it. I don't give a shit, right? It's been freaking awesome for those of us who have at least tried both consoles. I think like we've gotten a sense of, the differences already, between, the Series X and the PS5. So that's what I wanted to dive into. I wanted to start with that. We could start with the Series X. I think, a lot of us agreed on the form factor from before. Just starting, if you're looking at it from outside, I mean, we've already decided a long time ago it was a beautiful machine, the monolithic design and whatnot. And it's really, the one thing that really blew my mind was when you first actually tried it, right? Because if you look at I don't know, man, sometimes, they say don't judge a book by its cover, This was kind of like judging a book by its cover if you don't know anything about video games. If you see it sitting there, you're kind of like, yeah, it looks,
Just monolith design.
Yeah, exactly. But man, like when you turn it on, when you actually see what it's capable of, seeing, for instance, Valhalla running in 60 frames per second in 4K. I mean, I couldn't believe it, to be honest with you. I used to be a PC gamer, so I have experience with higher frames, but I just kind of shifted back to console gaming as I got older because it just became more convenient for me. And that's actually why I decided to game on PC first, because I remember it was BioShock Infinite was the one that convinced me. It was kind of like, because I remember I was looking forward to it so much, and I played it on the 360, and then I saw it running on a great PC, and I was like, well, this fucking sucks. I want to play it like that. I want it to look like that. So anyway, yeah, just seeing it on a TV or in console form or whatever, I reached that point where I was like, man, have we actually gotten there? Like, is this it? Is this what we've been waiting for the last, since the last console generation or the console before it? I'm kind of curious. What do you guys think? Bomber, let's start with you, man. Talk to me, bro.
I mean, look, from what I mean, honestly,
it's so really powerful. It's made Bomber speechless.
I mean, it's a damn good system. It absolutely is. I've had no issue from out of the box all the way through playing. We've heard those, disk drive stuff. I've yet to put a disc in this thing, but mainly because I'm afraid of something happening. I don't know why.
What do you mean, man?
Like, hey, some people are having.
He doesn't want to start vaping on him.
No, I don't want to be doing some crazy stuff. It's working fine, so I may just stay digital for a while. But no, like, first impressions from it, it's beautiful. I don't give a crap what anybody says. They're like, oh, you just have a big old rectangle. Yes, I do. It stands up proud, not laying down. It does not lay down. Stands up
You
proud.
you can't let it
It's
go.
a thick boy.
No, you
Say
don't.
that.
Boy.
But yeah, man.
Solid, man.
Dude, it works so well. But like, really, my biggest features on it, one, of course, is quick resume. I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is literally the number one feature that I love on it. Of course, load times, yeah, but the quick resume though, that's something different that we just never experienced yet.
Mm-hmm.
And it works on games even on your external hard drive,
Yeah.
which is impressive. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. So yeah, I mean, it's just great all the way around. And honestly, the shocker was the controller. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna look at the controller, play with it, and just literally put it and let it have.
Too?
Dude, yes.
It was
like,
Ainsley's fault. I kept playing with it because when he first started playing, he's like, "Hey, man, this feels good." I'm like, "Come on, man."
Yeah,
I mean, we all have the Elite V2. There's no
it
way.
surprised me too.
And then I've been playing with it since. I haven't touched my V2.
Dude, yeah, that's how I am with the V2. The only reason why I'll play with the V2 is when I need the paddles. Other than that, I'm using the new one. And I actually, this generation, maybe where I actually buy a couple of different controllers when I never did. The jaw, just the triggers, just the buttons. I mean, the D-pad, I'm not the biggest fan. It clicks way too loud for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that's my only negative to it. But shoot, I'm excited for it. I mean, anybody that wants to, is it worth $500? I mean, so far, absolutely. I mean, I played Valhalla and some other things, but nothing special yet. But Valhalla, and that's all you have to say, just Valhalla. So.
And Tetris.
I can't wait.
Oh,
and
Tetris.
Tetris.
Don't leave Tetris, bro.
I forgot
bro.
Tetris. My bad.
Good call. Good call. Forgot about that.
And then soon to be golf with friends.
Yes.
No, I'm not putting that on my system.
Dan's
I have it installed.
You know what? We all miss that goalie's face. Okay, so for anybody that doesn't know, download what the fuck is it called? Golf with Friends. Off of Game Pass. Okay.
No,
and
don't.
you will never hate a single video game character in your life more than that. I want to break his fucking face every time I see him.
You have to play in
You'll know what we're talking about. You'll know exactly what we're talking about. But yeah, man, those are good. Mariano, talk to me, bro. What do you think? Since your zip code gets everything 24 hours in advance, I'd love to know what you thought because you had it a day before us.
He's over there super
Let me
chatting
explain
FedEx.
real quick. I don't know why. I'm just lucky. I'm telling you, between LA, Santa Barbara, I guess it's just, hey, just drop it off right here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's great, man. I was blown away by it. I mean, the biggest thing, which I brought it up to you guys was, and gals, want to be
Thanks.
Phasma, my bad, is that it's small. Like I understand that they kept talking about
what she said.
I was just really impressed. Like I knew in my mind, like I had this image in my head, and I just even seeing it, I was like, wow, this thing is small, it's quiet, and it's smooth. I mean, quick resume, big fan. I mean, everything it really impressed me. Like I was amazed, and I was just happy. I mean, I saw that's the only way I can explain it. It was just everything that. I mean, I haven't come across any issues like Bomber. I haven't put any disc on it, so I'm not, and I kind of don't want to anymore. From what I'm hearing, I don't want to. But I mean, so far, man, everything's beautiful. I'm just impressed. I mean,
yeah,
it's awesome.
So would you say your extra 24 hours with the console gave you some more, some type of, perspective on it that we don't have yet? I'm just curious, man. I just want to know.
I mean, I just.
Hey, I'm fucking with you, by the way. I know I'm fucking with you, but I just want to confirm that I'm fucking with you.
Yes, Mo.
Plus, it's your first time on camera, so I'm trying to make you a little bit nervous.
Oh yeah, that's working.
Wait till we get to the guy in the bottom right corner. Hold on.
Nah, he's cool. I believe you. I believe in you, Graham.
Ains, talk to me, man. Oh, sorry, man. Right before you were about to take your sip of beer, I do apologize to the beer guys.
I don't know what else to add, man. The consoles, from I'm a geek. You guys know with hardware and soft, just all aspects of this type of thing. And from a hardware engineering standpoint, it's an incredible box, man. I don't even understand. Like, I don't understand how they did what they did. Because when you just look at it and what's in that box and what it can do, or how small it is, how quiet it is, and it doesn't even get hot. It just dissipates everything. It's amazing to me. I just don't understand it. So engineering feat for sure. I love it. Quick resume is probably the best new out of everything. PS5 and Xbox Series X. Quick resume is my favorite new thing. It's not even a question. The haptics and the DualSense we'll get to, I'm sure. Those are badass. But quick resume, man. I was watching YouTube earlier and I clicked on Valhalla and I was back in the world in like 4 seconds. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I love it, man. I got nothing else. I got nothing bad to say about it. And the Bomber's Point, I love the way it looks. Like just sitting on the shelf. Like I just find myself looking at it. The TV's here. And
man.
I'm like, hey, what's up, baby?
Dude, I touch it on the top where the holes are. Just gotta touch it a little bit.
It's a cool looking thing, man. They
feel sorry for your wife, Bomber.
The holes in Bombers are a little bigger.
Team horizontal.
Hey,
or did he
more
shrink
airflow? More airflow.
As long as you don't have it horizontal. I hope no one here does.
Yes.
No.
Team horizontal.
No, you can't do that.
Come on, man.
No.
I have no choice.
Like I gave my
I'm
friend
with you.
a pass just because he has cats and they might drop the console or something. That's the only pass they can get.
No. Dan doesn't get a pass. You got to buy a new entertainment center.
Right?
That's what it's going to come down to. Or wall mounting.
He's gonna make it. He's gonna do it. Dan, what did you think, man? What have you thought so far?
So on the I haven't played a ton on it yet because I've been kind of bouncing around a little bit. But from as soon as you,
that's why you're bouncing around.
Yeah, it's mostly the medication. But I played as soon as I got it. First thing I did was get Valhalla on there, and I wanted to see that difference between what everybody was talking about or what they were at least saying about it. And I mean it's night and day. I mean 60 frames is or should be the new standard going forward for both consoles. That's what I was impressed with the most. As far as the controller goes, it feels like your standard Xbox controller to me, but I usually use the Elite, so I'm kind of biased, but the Xbox controller is always going to be my favorite. It's just with the offset sticks, it's always felt great. Going all the way back to like 360. So it's fantastic, and I like the new textures that they have on it. That's kind of my biggest thing with it. But as far as everything else goes, and the Shock Blue is gorgeous. Love that controller. Otherwise, I have it laying down on my side only because my entertainment center is completely too small. Now, having said that, I actually have to put it on the left-hand side because that stupid circle on the bottom, if you have to lay it down, if I put it on the right, I would be looking at it all the time and it would destroy my OCD.
Yes.
I mean, it would kill me. I would be like, oh, what is that thing doing?
Yes, it will.
So I put it on the left-hand side. I don't see it. It's fine. The only problem is now I've got the Xbox on one side. I've got the PlayStation on the other. Between the two, I have the Switch. So the exhaust blows right on my Switch. So I'm guaranteed in about a few days it's gonna melt it.
Yeah,
that's all right, man. Switches are easy to get nowadays.
Right? Yeah, I don't play it.
I'm sure that's covered by warranty.
Yeah, it's just
melted by Xbox.
Oh, I already avoided my warranty. I took that whole damn thing apart. So I'm gonna, hopefully it makes it to Monster Hunter Rise. We'll see what happens. Don't talk to me.
Oh, you're a Monster Hunter fan?
I love Monster Hunter. I love the game.
Cancel Dan. That's
Oh man, he would have been
He's shaking his head, man. He knows.
He knows what's up.
You're Eden's best friend now.
Felt that right now.
Can't do it. Yeah, Big Cats is canceled, Dan.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm on the center square here, man. I'm a Joan River.
That's great.
It is. I'm so glad. I told Ames this, that I feel like I kind of got bamboozled on that Series X, or not the Series X, but the One X, mid-gen refresh, because now I kind of see, given the proper monitor / TV, what these things can do potentially, and there were some upgrades, but it was never going from like the S to the X wasn't this drastic for me, so, but I'm also 45 and my eyes suck. So if I can see the difference, I think a lot more people can. So it's a fantastic piece of tech, man. I mean, I'm super excited. I'm ready for Cyberpunk. That's what I'm ready for. That's the next one.
Oh yeah.
2021.
Coming out.
Yeah, eventually.
It's
Yeah,
a
'cause on-
fucking
Yeah,
like,
because on November,
It's
on the 18th, they're gonna tell us.
all
Yeah,
a lie.
about that other delay.
That game doesn't exist.
2027.
Ace's just sitting there on his yellow chair. He's like, yes, it does.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a new one by then.
It exists. I know it's there.
No, I had a Cyberpunk Xbox, the One X, and I never ever played the game on it. It's the weirdest, dumbest thing I've ever seen. But it is what it is. Eventually your chairs will, fade out by the time it comes out. You're gonna have to get a new one. So good luck with that. Yeah.
And do you know how long it takes for that color to fade? A long time is what we're gonna be waiting.
Yeah, we're talking 2023. That's what I'm saying.
2027.
Maybe
2077.
So Graham,
Yes,
what's up, man? How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good.
You ready to comment and get on this shit?
Oh yeah.
are those the new
bro.
Steel
Listen
Series
up your shoulders
7X?
a little
Yes,
bit.
they are
Right.
the Arctic 7X.
So what did?
Absolutely
Hey,
love
by the way, I was gonna ask you, did you get those off of their website because nobody
Yes.
carries them here? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put it directly.
I also got some. They're awesome.
Oh, they're
Okay.
fantastic. They're
Oh, there's another fucking purchase. Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
thanks, guys. Go ahead, Graham.
You're welcome.
Let's go.
So I've been primarily a PlayStation user all this past gen. I came into Xbox again in 2017 with the S, and then I won an X from Doritos and Mountain Dew Canada. So for me, I didn't have as much time on the S or the older generation coming to this one. And I didn't start heavily playing my X up probably into like the last 6 months with Game Pass and you guys and everything. And coming from a PlayStation user to X and to the new one, there's a huge difference. I'm not a fan of the controller. I like the PlayStation controller better personally.
Damn
Yeah,
it, Graham.
I
You
know.
were doing so well.
I'm
It's okay,
disowned.
Graham.
I know.
Cancel Grandpa.
But the new one I find is so much better than
Fucking pony.
The directional pad is fantastic. I don't care what Bomber says. It clicks just enough. The blue is great too, and the tactile feel on the back of it is also felt on the new DualSense.
Hey,
but
Graham.
it's really
Graham.
really good.
Hey, bud, look, I know you're making love to the PS5 right now. I'm asking for your Xbox.
It's in this corner.
Look,
PlayStation
just
run
look
out.
right behind you. There's my. Just look straight ahead, and you'll see it, man. It'll give you some motivation to speak.
Xbox, PlayStation.
Yeah, man.
The quick resume is
Compartmentalize.
fantastic. I haven't had any issues with any games except for Call of Duty last night crashed. Sort of like Doc Bardem on Twitter as well. He said the same thing. He has crashed when he loaded it up. But I think for me, quick resume is the best, and the fast loading. Like Forza, I'm actually excited to play Forza again because I stopped playing because I hated going into photo mode for a minute and a half and then back in, and same with the car. So I think the quick resume and the speedy load times, I'm going to be playing it a lot more than I previously did.
Oh yeah, that's so sexy, man.
Oh, God, it is.
You know, Ainsley actually said it good. Ainsley, you said it. It was funny because you were actually right about it. On the night the consoles came out, you were talking about. You're like, man, it takes some getting used to, because I still, even till now, when I quit out, I still quit out of games. By the way, so I always forget that it's there. I don't know if I'm the only one, but then I have to remember it. I'm like, oh, wait a second. No,
I did that just last night. Yeah, I quit.
So
and
you
I'm like, why
did.
the hell did I just
So
do
I'm
that?
not the only one. I'm not the only weird one.
I still do it.
Yeah, so I want to get used to that. I really do want to get used to that because I hate having something like that and not feeling like I'm taking full advantage of all the features that it has,
Yeah.
Hassan, software engineer, bro. Little Einstein. What's going on?
I
What do you think
am
about
not.
this? What are you
Man.
talking about, bro? You dissect the buttholes of things like this, man. You are one of the biggest
You're going to make Bomber
critics I
choke.
ha-
You know that, right?
Dude, oh man, Hassan's a tough game. Man, you are a tough sell, bro. You are a tough sell, friend. I gotta tell you.
Why? I mean, you
I
can
don't know,
easily
man.
sell me on things. Hey, I got a strong opinion. Sure.
Tell me-
But,
No, bro. What do you got on Xbox? What do you think?
It's damn impressive. Like right from the like the packaging itself, like the whole thing is just so damn premium.
And
like,
the setup too.
It is like the moment you just open the box, it's like someone presenting some sort of a gift to you, or like something of a great value. Like right from you open the box, and when you handle it, there's that space where you just grab it out, and you set it, standing. And you stand the box, and you peel it off. It's all easy. It's like it is so damn good. And then you put up the system, you grab your phone, and like click, and you got your console set up. It's all seamless. It's because at the end of the day, it's all about this user experience.
Yeah.
And they nailed it with minimal like steps, minimal buttons to click, or even things to figure out. It's right there. You carry all your settings from the old gen. Like I was thinking about, hey, how can I copy all my settings? But they just worked. I didn't have to think about it. I didn't need to look for anything. And that was like another great thing that adds up to the experience. And then comes, just grabbing my external SSD, plug it in, boom, it works. Got the expansion card the day after, plug it in, boom, it works. Like everything just works.
Damn.
Man,
You found an expansion pass or expansion card?
Yeah, I got it.
Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah.
He knows a guy that knows a guy.
He got it too.
You guys are out of your mind.
No, here's the thing. On my defense,
There is no
I
defense.
had a lot of
degenerate, whether you like it or not.
I'm not. Hey, so in my defense, I got a lot of points that made up like half the price, and I was
That's
like,
fair.
okay, that's reasonable to pick it,
Man,
and I just picked it up.
I didn't even think about that. I got a bunch of rewards.
And you slide it in, like you slide it right in, and it
you
works.
do. That's right. That's right.
Yep.
Oh my!
That's what she said again.
Yeah, that is.
What did I sign up for?
That is. Oh man. Hey Graham. Graham, look, I'm gonna make you nervous, okay? I'm gonna make you really nervous right now. Whoa!
I'm
Lady coming with the fire. Holy shit.
crushed.
Fact.
Oh, don't hurt him.
That PS4 dual shock was
I like the
trash.
sticks the way they are on the PS more than
That's fair.
PS4.
All right, Angela.
That's why.
You give it 6 more months, you'll feel different.
Yeah, that's true. And
Well,
what
I
did you
haven't had a
think?
lot of time with my Xbox Series X yet because I've been working, but I love, like Hassan was saying, I love the presentation of it. When you open that box, it's like, oh, like it's wrapped like a Christmas present. It just was so great, but I loved it. And so far, I really like it. I have to say Valhalla looks amazing on the Series X. I can't get over how the environment looks so real, and it's just beautiful. And I love that game a lot more than Dan does, but you know.
I'm gonna have to have a whole show because I have to explain like how much I like the game, but objectively, it's trash. That's where my score comes from.
So in your review, you actually wrote this game does not deserve to be called an assassin. It's just a Creed Valhalla. And I've been telling in our group chat when we're playing, this is not an Assassin's Creed game. This is just a game with that franchise name, but it's not an Assassin's Creed game.
Hold on.
Right.
Are we shifting gears here? Or are we still talking?
No.
One comment on Dan's
Order in the court.
one comment on
We'll have
Dan's review.
order.
So So Dan sent me his review, and I, editing, getting ready to publish it, right? And I'm reading it, and I'm like, this is funny, this is good. Dan writes really well. I get to the score, and I was like, shit.
Yeah, I was surprised.
You're gonna give us some bad hate mail. I can tell you that.
I'm good with it. I stand by my score. I will die on that hill, just like that game is dying.
Yeah, you know what?
No.
You know what though?
I don't
think so.
This is look at lady dropping another dime today. She is right though.
Right there.
This is like what? Okay, guys, this was not supposed to be an Assassin's Creed conversation. I will have order.
Sorry. I have a question for Dan.
Yeah, go for it. I'm always ready for
Like
questions.
better if Eivor was wearing khaki shorts.
Yes. I mean, anybody wore khaki shorts. Immediately, goes up a point.
Everyone would.
Yeah, that's craziness.
So, Mike,
What's up, boss?
I know you've been quiet, bro.
I have. It's okay. It's okay.
You know what though, motherfucker? You're still getting involved. I don't care if you don't have one. Give me something.
All right, I'll give you all. Mo, when you sent me that picture, kind of like what Hassan was saying, when you showed me that picture of you opening up, it has that like quality to it. Hearing about all the accessibility, the features where it's like user friendly and stuff. To me, that's exactly what I think about when I think Xbox brand, Microsoft brand. And just kind of knowing what's going on in the, in the playing field with PlayStation and stuff like that. Everything y'all are saying, that's pretty much how I expected it to be. I feel like it's unfortunate that there's some like power down issues, I guess, or like I've seen some of that where like they'll turn it on and it'll just beep and it'll stay.
Are you talking about the Xbox or the PS5?
Yeah, I thought we were still on Xbox. Yeah.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I didn't know about this. Did anybody?
Yeah, that was
more.
I was seeing that on Facebook where they would push it, and then it would like shut off, and then the X would light up again, and it just wouldn't turn on. Just minor issues. I guarantee this is like very, very small percentage, but I did see it.
My PS5 actually. My PS5 did that when I plugged it in. It connected to the TV, and then it turned off. And then I turned it back on, and then it turned off. And I was like, "Oh fuck, I got a faulty one," because you just reminded me of that.
Yeah,
it works fine.
I saw some of those. I feel like some of that stuff is expected though with some of these new consoles. Like I told you last week, Mo, I'm super surprised. Guys, just to let everybody else know, like I was so talking to Mo, I was like, dude, these things are selling, and people are acting like, oh, there's not going to be any more. And that's exactly how it was. I'm just surprised. Like, I feel like, every generation or everything that sells nowadays is going to be, it's been the top seller. Well, I feel like that's just because video games have like grown exponentially since what they were like five or even 10 years ago. But you could just see that this is next gen quality. This is how people should be. It's great to see everybody happy. That is one fucking thing that I love about these new consoles is that all the praise, it's what everybody expected. And that's pretty much what I'm getting for you guys. The controller things, I feel like that's just like I feel like Xbox controllers are much better than PlayStation's as well, even though I play on PlayStation a lot more. Dude, the clicky, now I've seen a video. I've seen some video where the clickers, like on the D-pad, are very loud, but does it feel good? Although they're loud,
it feels good. It's just
the response.
It's like a warm hug.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I can't stop.
But yeah, man, like it is pretty much everything that I expect to hear from people who got the consoles. So yeah, I'm excited, and it literally makes my decision like harder. Which one should I get first? So. Yeah, pumped to see you guys talking about
it. You just sell a kidney, some blood. You can probably get both.
Right.
It does.
I'm not affiliated with those black market fellows, unfortunately.
I know a guy. He's in the middle left-hand side.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's pretty much all I got on that, Mo.
Yeah, well, it was Didn't the PS4 and the Xbox One, did they not launch 1 week apart?
They did.
Or am I losing? They did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really what it
Yeah,
was.
this is the first time that you got them both in the same week, just 2 days apart.
Dude, it was like a fucking whirlwind, because I'm like, damn, like I have like 36 hours right now. Then I got to move on to a new experience to try that. And then you're gonna
Dan
sit
and I
there and
were
go
like driving a black
where do
market
I go?
with 2 systems. I think between Dan and I, we had what, 17 systems or something
It
like
was
that.
something ridiculous.
Well, you have that now?
No, we were helping friends and family. I had people coming
Yeah,
over my house.
Friends and family.
I'm talking about me.
He's like one for every room.
Yeah, you saw that. You saw
One in
that
the
picture
back
on Twitter. Where there's like 80 of those
know.
PS5s. Yeah, that was Zane's.
Haynes has like 12 different wigs on to go into 12 different stores.
Yes.
Yeah, but the most impressive thing is we do it without bots because that's
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's impressive, actually.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, when I was pre-ordering my Series X, I was in line at GameStop. There was 9 people in front of me. The store said they were going to get 10 total. So while I was in line, that's when they went live online. By the time I reached the counter, I had already reserved another 3. Right? I know it's survival of the fittest, but he's right though. You don't need a bot. You just need to be fucking relentless. That's it. You just, I mean, there's some people that are just like, whatever.
I just use my kids.
Yeah, exactly, man. Maximize your resources.
That's right, buddy.
So the reason why I said that is because then the PS5 comes out, and I picked it up. I picked it up in the morning, even though I knew I was barely going to get any time with it. But for some reason, I just wanted to satisfy my inner degenerate, just by knowing that I have it at home.
It's that OCD, right? You gotta have it. Gotta be
Yeah,
there.
absolutely, man.
You gotta wait.
Yeah.
Did you get the 18-wheeler with the flatbed to make sure that they can carry it to your house?
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah. With a fucking crane on standby. So that comes obviously, and the one thing I'll say, honestly, the PS5 we've dogged its look for quite a long time. A lot of people have really dogged its look. Me personally, it grows on me. It has grown on me, especially like when it just keeps when you keep staring at it right there. So is it aesthetically? Yes. Is it not boring? No, it's not. Is it obnoxious? Yeah, absolutely it is. But the thing is I like to look at both of them and just be like, that is one and that is the other, and I really feel like the aesthetics themselves are just kind of, I don't know how to put this exactly, but it's the way the PS5 is, with the DualSense and all the features, the features that they made, like they really, really wanted to, especially with the DualSense, they really wanted to immerse you into the experience, right? They were like, how do we immerse people without putting a fucking VR headset on? How can we immerse people into a game without doing something like that? It adds a little bit of detail, but I think for the people that played Astro's Playroom here as well, at least just with using the DualSense, I think it's incredible. I think it's a more refined, I think it's just a more refined Rumble in a sense. And what's so cool about it is it's directional, and the way that any part of the controller itself can rumble at isolated points. You get that I keep saying rumble. You get that haptic feedback at isolated points. That's really freaking cool. Or like if you're playing the game and there's like a gust of wind coming at you, if you turn away from the gust of wind and let's say like it's behind you to the left, you can feel the gust of wind in the controller, but at the bottom part of it. So even the haptic feedback itself is directional. And I was first I thought I was tripping, and then it's really cool. These little touches. Or if he's holding an umbrella and you can feel the little raindrops, just little things like that. So why they advertise the DualSense so much after getting your hands on it and playing with it definitely makes sense. It's really, really a nice advancement for the controllers. As far as the dashboard goes, it's slick. The UI is nice, but they got a lot of, they have the menus and the sub menus are not very easily accessible. You have to it seems like you have to dig a little bit through it to get to what you want. Like yesterday, I kind of dug around to see where the power was. And you guys know me, I don't bullshit. Seriously, I'm like, wait, how the fuck do you? Oh, no, I'm sorry, not the power, but how to turn the controller off.
Yeah, you and I both couldn't figure it out.
Yes. I was trying to figure out how to turn the controller off because on the PS4 you just hold the PlayStation button down and it gives you a small sub menu.
And,
well,
and
here it doesn't.
Not to interrupt you, Mo, but did you notice? Because I tried turning the system off by holding the PlayStation power, and you can't do that either. It just beeps, but it doesn't do anything.
Nope.
It does. You hold it down, it goes beep, but nothing happens. No.
I managed to figure out how to turn off my PlayStation this morning. I only managed to figure out this morning, and I was like,
I'm over here turning off the power cord. I'm pulling it out. Like, how do you turn this off?
Yeah, but outside of that, it's whisper quiet. Can't complain about that. Games are. I really can't. The sad thing is like I'm not gonna even fucking do it, man. Basically, the only game I played yesterday was Astro's Playroom. I don't have any experience. You know what? Fuck it. Let's make it interesting. I don't have any experience with anything here because they're all still sealed. In my defense, though, I did not. I just didn't have time. But
all I see, Mo, is someone rocking physical. So.
But why did you get COD for PlayStation?
That's my brother in arms, and he knows. Anyway, so Bomber, I know you were thinking, you were debating about getting one.
Yeah.
You really went through this. Should I? Shouldn't I?
Yeah,
maybe I can starve for like a day. I'll be okay.
Man, it was a back and forth thing, and like at first it was a no-go, and then a couple weeks go by, and then I talked to my wife. She's like, whatever. Like she just was like, whatever. Like rolled her eyes. So I was like, you didn't say no, so okay, cool. But then as it was getting closer to the time, because I couldn't get it on the night that they just went sporadically live. I tried, couldn't ever get one. So then, as of the other day, that they were supposed to have some more Walmart and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And I talked to my wife the night before. I was like, look, they're coming out. I can possibly get one. And we just talked about it. And honestly, my setup is like literally, if I took a picture of it, everybody would be like, oh, you got it from the Goodwill store. That's good. Mm-hmm. So like what I'm going to do is do a little bit more like get my desk built and get a gaming chair, stuff that I think is going to do me better because honestly, I don't even get time to play it.
Man, don't lie to yourself.
I barely get time to play with this new thing. Hey, I wish I could be a degenerate. I really wish I could.
Hey, let's take that D word back there, man.
But no, like the only thing that I just couldn't. The main thing is because there was only two games I actually wanted. One was Godfall. The other one's Spider-Man, of course. I don't play demons, anything.
Sorry to cut you off, man.
No,
what did Wilmy say about Godfall? Did he like it?
He at first was like, I don't know about this, and then literally he's like, it's hitting a spot. He said, I'm kind of liking it. So I'm like, so honestly, I'm sitting there going, really, like, you went from not really liking it at first, and then maybe it's a slow thing at the beginning. Maybe that's probably what it was, because he said it was very just like blah. But then he said, I don't know, it's growing on me. I'm like, okay. So he didn't go any further than that yet because, I mean, he's just been playing, which, hey, do it, man. So, like, eventually I'll get his more input from him. But because, I mean, apparently it's getting, trashed on.
It's 61 on Metacritic.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's funny you say that because Steve is reviewing it for our site, and he's liking it a lot, too. He's had positive things to say about it.
I think the combat is what people are liking it. Like, it's a great hack and slash. Just the story is.
I was watching Fixture live on their reviews. They said the gameplay is fine. There's no story. The story is so sidetracked, and it feels like they did it on purpose. No, but Anthem at least there is. You get Bastion, you get your things.
Still
and great. Story terrible.
It wasn't the greatest, but at least a little bit memorable, like some parts of it. But I mean, 2.0 is coming out. So until then,
maybe.
Until then, no. Who knows?
No, maybe. We don't know.
You guys may be guests on this show, but you will never escape the wrath of Anthem.
For real.
I will admit I have the platinum for Anthem. I'm probably the only one out of everybody here who has gotten
Wow.
100% or the platinum.
That's
went through the
grandmastering
pain
guns.
of
That's like
getting
grandmastering all guns and doing all the things,
Hey.
all the challenges for the weapons.
That's
That's what
hardcore.
that is.
It was painful. It was very
Oh, I
fucking
bet it
painful.
was.
My
I bet it
God.
was.
Hey, hey, that's very rare, man.
That's
You know?
dedicated right there.
That's like very rare. I feel like I'm watching one of those Australian TV shows where they freaking show like a very strange animal. Look at that in the wild. Ooh, a platinum for Anthem.
Yeah, it never happens. I think
No,
I'm
that's
at
good,
like
man.
0.5% of users that have it, something like that. So yeah. That's
Yeah,
just because
that's-
nobody
that's-
plays it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And nobody
That's
cared
exactly
to want to get a platinum.
Yeah, that's true. Pampa, what's up, buddy?
What's going
How
on?
you doing down there, bro?
I'm enjoying life,
What's up,
man.
man? Am I chilling? So,
I'm chilling, man.
did you got a PS5, didn't you? know
I
you
did.
What do
I
you
did.
think so far?
You know what, man? Actually,
I mean,
it's
The reason why I'm asking you, I mean, your gamer tag is X to the box, you know. So
No,
I have to know, man. I have to know your perspective. You feel me?
I'm living a double life. X to the box on Xbox and Pump on PlayStation. Hey, we got to
Yeah.
figure out how we can put them together. But no,
Yeah.
it's great, man.
X to
It's
the pump, man.
Pampa.
X to the Pump.
To the
Sold.
Good bomb. Yeah.
Sold. There
Bam.
it is. I gotta make it work now. No, man, but the thing is great, dude. I was, you know what? I was kind of surprised. I didn't think the 4K. I mean, don't hate me, but I didn't care much for the 4K UI. But once I saw it on the television and just the whole thing just kind of started, I was like, oh wow. I was mesmerized. I was like, okay, this is pretty. And then just going through the whole process, and I was happy, at least on my end. It was simple. It was the whole setup process, just like how on Xbox side, Sony, PlayStation was just as easy. Just go on the app, get it done. I had a really easy time. Dude, it's really nice. The only thing it's a big one. It's the it's a big console, man. I mean I have the space, but
It's a big monsieur.
It's standing or sideways.
I'm team horizontal, man. I can't make it work.
Oh,
Get
I'm
out
again.
of here, man.
what are
You're
you
like
Wow.
a replacement sitting on
Wow.
some benches.
What are you doing?
Oh, we're
I
just
gotta-
stand that thing up.
You do.
I gotta
you,
take down a wall. I mean,
You
if I
really-
wanna
you-
stand-
you realize the SSD goes slower when it's laid down, right?
is that what it is? Dang.
That's exactly what it is, man. That's exactly what it is.
But honestly, the biggest thing I think I probably was surprised on was the controller. I mean, I heard everybody talk about it. I heard all the great reviews, and I just thought, I'm like, okay. I mean, is it really what is? You know, you have a mindset of like, okay, is this what I'm expecting? You know, you hear what they say, you kind of try to visualize it in your head, but once you have it in your hands, it's like, okay,
Yeah,
okay, I see what you're saying.
pretty much what it was.
It's awesome, yeah. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I was there kind of messing with Astrobots, and I was just like, okay, all right. And you start messing, you start doing. I did the one where I think it was called like SSD pathway, where you
Yeah.
get like the PlayStation 2 stuff. You know, you start getting the control, the disc, the camera, and I was just like, oh, this is cool. This is just messing with it, just just feeling all the different feedback on it.
Triggers, man.
Yes, man. It was just. I keep seeing like the resistance on it, and I was like, "What
Yeah.
is this?" And then I feel it, and I'm like, "Okay, this is what Stadia should have done." I know that's a horrible name, but if Stadia had this controller for its thing, I mean, game changer. People would have just been sold on that.
Hey, so I'm running like a program in the background that filters out that word that starts with S you just said. So every time you said it, when it's live, it's just gonna
I
go.
just
It's just gonna go silent.
like bleep,
you know, so-
bleep, bleep, bleep. Just
Yeah,
cussing
so
them.
I have no idea what it is that you just said, but hey,
My apologies. My apologies. I will refrain from using that word. But yeah,
nobody watching
I mean-
like Stadia. I'm sorry.
No,
You don't
you're
have
not
to answer
sorry.
that.
You're not
I'm really
sorry.
not.
Come
I'm really not.
whatever, Diego. No one's talking to you. I'm kidding.
on. Luna, baby. Luna for the win.
Luna.
But no, I mean, PlayStation 5, it's awesome, dude. Like I
Yeah,
had
Luna.
an idea in my head, but it's great. Both systems are great. I'm happy with both. That's all I can say.
Luna all day, man. Yeah, that's good, man. I know you were X to the box. Porsche Power, man. What's up, baby? What's going on? PS5.
Man,
You're ins,
I know.
you're outs. Wax
I
that
know.
poetry on me, bro. Let me hear it.
It's on the. I got a like an audio video rack. You know, it's 5 shelves down, and it's on the top. And I'm kind of worried it's just going to collapse one day with the PS5 on the top. You know what I mean?
It's not that bad. I mean,
No. It's. I'm actually kind of with Pompa. Like, it is big. It's a big.
oh yeah,
ass
it's fucking huge. Yeah, of course.
But,
That's
I'm
not what
with
she
Pompa,
said. That is not what she said.
That's never what she said.
That is what she said. That's bad.
But
It's the
again,
Stephen
right,
Merchant
like,
of consoles.
now that it's sitting there, you know, and just chilling, it doesn't matter, right? And I think that the design has grown on me, to your point too, Mo. I think just looking at them both next to each other, they're so different from one another. They look really cool next to each other. Like Pompa said, man. Well, let me start with a few things. Right, first, it's quiet, it's cool, no problems. Setup was easy.
Yes.
Diego, that's a 10 p.m. appointment. That's between you and me. All right, it's not live.
Oh shit.
What was I saying? God damn it. Setup was easy. The new UI and the 4K, everything Pompa said, it's really beautiful. I'm glad they finally updated the UI because all the PS4 was a visual version of the PS3 UI. It's the same fucking thing. So I'm glad they updated it. It needs some fine tuning, as we found out last night when me, you, and Hassan were trying to have a party, and it took us like 8 minutes to figure out how to get in a party chat together. It should be a lot easier, you know, to access things quickly. But it's nice. It's beautiful. Demon Souls is incredible. It's incredible. It is probably so far. Valhalla is the game I'm definitely putting the most time into, but the game that's blown me away the most so far has been Demon Souls. Just loved it. You guys know I streamed that.
Can I be honest with you? That's why I didn't watch your stream yesterday, because I didn't want any part of it spoiled. I never played the original. I don't even know how long I'm going to last in this game. You know me in difficult games. For all I know, I'll probably last like 10, 15 minutes and then I'll call it quits. But I wanted everything to be first time, you know? So I'm like, man.
That's why Ains didn't watch my stream.
Yeah, that's why I was just going to say. I watched Graham create his character, and then I was like, dude, I'm out.
Wow. Yeah, I'm good.
It took Ains an hour to make his character anyways.
I know. It took me like 45 minutes to create Whiskers.
I'm just kidding.
He looks awesome, though. Anyway.
To replicate Whisker.
But anyway, back to the system. I'm really enjoying it. And let me go ahead and eat some crow, which I was going to do on Bigcast tomorrow, too. The DualSense, I talked a lot of shit about it early on. I didn't think it was going to be
a lot of shit. We need to emphasize that.
As impressive as it is.
Yeah.
I'm still on the fence of, as time goes on, we'll see if third parties continue to support stuff.
Yeah.
Regardless of that, it's damn impressive. It's really, really impressive. Everything from Demon Souls, like shield blocking and hitting people, to Astrobot, as you said, is phenomenal. And Sackboy too. I'm loving Sackboy. It's awesome. But anyway, it's a really nice controller. My only complaint is the haptics are ridiculous. It feels much nicer than the DualShock 4. It just feels like a nicer controller. But they didn't change the core things on it. The triggers are the same as the DualShock 4.
Are they really? I didn't even pay attention to that.
Yeah, the thumbsticks are the same as the DualShock 4. It's like, why didn't you put as much effort into these other key things as you did the haptics? But anyway,
the buttons feel bigger. Though.
They do. They're a little more kind of responsive. Yeah. So there's little things. The buttons are nice, all that. But the thumbsticks have always pissed me off on the DualShock.
I agree.
You didn't fix that. Even outside of the parallel.
Like, hey, is this something they ask people? Like, did they ask people about whether they should keep? Was there like some type of fucking survey that was conducted asking whether they should keep the thumbsticks exactly the same way as before?
They're the only company now.
They redesigned the entire controller from the top to bottom, but it's strange. I don't know, because considering how amazing everything else is, I'm surprised that they went with the same shape. That annoying. it's not like it's the brakes in the concave or
no, it's the same thing. As soon as I said it on stream, as soon as I started playing, my thumb is just sliding right off of it. In fact, Dan got me to order some Control Freaks today because I literally
How were they? Did they work out for you?
They're coming tomorrow. Dan loves them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Dan, you like them?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got so many sets of them. But
what do you think, Dan? What do you think about it so far?
I mean, it's great, man. I mean, it's the same to me. You know, I'm probably equally impressed with both consoles. I love the new controller, even though I prefer the offset sticks. That's just a preference. I don't think, you know, I don't know. Like to Dane's point, you know, you can. It's going to depend on how third party really supports this. You know, the haptic feedback. I love it so far, and it's stuff that you don't like. You notice it, but it doesn't beat you over the head with it. You know, I was playing some Spider-Man. He was, you know, on a computer, and you just feel the tap of him hitting the keys. You know, there's just a little bit of resistance
cool,
every time
man.
every time you swing. And, you know,
that's cool, man.
Yeah, they do a really good job with that stuff. I mean, and you expect that from first party. So, you know, what's going to be interesting is, you know, when you move on and start seeing these third party games, you know, continue to use it and, you know, and use it well. And the key is to me not to overdo it. And not to make it super gimmicky. You want it to add to the experience as opposed to be the experience.
Right.
So far it's awesome. The UI to me, it's fine. I prefer it actually. I like the PS4 because it's so simple. It was just like, boom, I'm in a game, done. I don't need to go through different menus and all this other jazz. Everything was in 3 and I was done. You know, that was I'm a simple man. So it's I don't need, you know, 15 different tabs and, you know, all this other garbage. I just need to play games on it. So that's the biggest thing for me. I haven't used, you know, when you guys are talking about the Xbox, I haven't used quick resume, like where you go from game to game yet, you know, because I've only actually played, I think, Valhalla, and then I kind of booted up a couple other games. So I haven't seen that. I know I my PS4 or 5 in rest mode. So when I turn it on, it literally is on the same screen that I left it on, you know, like with Spider-Man. So it's just like, oh, okay, I'm already there. So it's similar, but I know you can't just jump from game to game that fast.
Yeah.
You know, that would be nice. Short of that, I mean, I'm loving it so far. I probably put more time into it than the Xbox just because I'm a Spider-Man fan and I've just been playing the hell out of it.
So how do you like the new one compared to the first one?
The Spider-Man?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because we talk about Valhalla and, you know, I complain about like changes, like meaningful changes to the system. And Spider-Man's kind of fallen in that same category to me. So it's not like the difference in that between is the character really, and it's the story and it's the different powers that he has. They're much smaller. It's a much smaller scope than the other game, but it's very, very different in that aspect. But everything else is basically the same. You're swinging, you're fighting. You know, there's a couple new moves here and there. You know, not the. I mean, there's a lot of new moves, but just the basic fighting is the same thing. So it felt nice to just kind of, you know, naturally get back into it. Same with Valhalla. You know, when I went back, it's just like, okay, this is basically the same thing. You know, there's always that comfortability that you appreciate, but you also want to see them make those bigger changes to kind of, you know, like I could give this game based on how I feel about it a 10 out of 10. But what I will actually do is probably not give it a 10 out of 10. So it's being able to separate, like, you know, actual progress from how much you enjoyed it, I think. And that's just, maybe it's just me and it's how I do my reviews. It's awesome. I mean, for me, and then the old game, I tried the remastered version, looks amazing. You know, I play in the 60 frames mode, but the fidelity mode looks awesome. You know,
man, that was impressive. When they showed the comparisons the other day, I'm like, okay, you justified your $20 price. Okay.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
It looks crazy good with the reflection and stuff, but I still prefer that 60 FPS. You know, eventually maybe we get to the point where we get both. You know, I don't know when that is. You know, maybe when they figure out the systems a little bit more and how the architecture works, and maybe we get both at some point with something that's not a a Gears or a Dirt 5 or like a cinematic first person or third person game where it's 4K, 60 frames solid, with ray tracing. Maybe that's asking too much, but
ain't gonna be this gen, boy.
Dan, you're forgetting something.
No, what am I forgetting?
How is Bugsnax?
It's awesome.
Yes, man.
Let's ask Shammy.
That's the question.
I've lost a dozen of brain cells.
Oh man,
Dan, crushing Dan here.
Dan, you're gonna take this shit? Come on, man.
I'm not even sorry.
It's a free game. I mean, this isn't whatever. No, it's fine. It's not one of those $2 free games that you get over there on the Xbox side. It's
worse.
No.
Game of the year.
Game of the year. Right? That's what we're going to be talking about
BC.
here.
That's Animal Crossing.
Probably BC if we're talking
about
of the year. BC.
And years to
Have
come.
you actually played it, Dan? Seriously?
I played like 5 minutes.
Precisely. That's all I did. I literally played 5 minutes.
10 out of 10. All he needs.
Lost a dozen brain cells and was like, boom, delete.
No, that's all I need.
Hilarious, dude.
And just to be clear, your PS5 is vertical, of course, right?
No. The thing is laying down like I don't want to say it. $2 whore, I guess. I mean,
Paid me like one of your French PlayStations. That's a $50 whore. $50 whore.
500, yeah, yeah. No, it's laying down. I told Ains earlier I was gonna wall mount my stuff and just hide it, so I don't ever even see them. But then what's the point of that? You want
yeah, man.
You want people to look at it and go, "What the hell is that?"
I've got.
Why is your router so tall?
I got that. I got the charging stand, extra controller. I got the headsets that I was going to return, and I was like, the hell with it. I'm just going to try them out.
They're
not bad.
See?
The sound is really good, but they feel like they're going to break apart in my hand.
But the sound is what matters.
Yeah.
Your ears.
I played Astro. They're still uncomfortable to me. Astro just sounded the same. To be honest. Nope.
No. I was going to actually
sell, bro.
I was going to take them back. I was like, and I called GameStop. Now you got to talk to Sony. I was like, no, the hell with that. I'm just keeping them. They're are they worth $100? I don't know.
Debatable.
They made it
75.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's probably a pretty good price for them. The comforter is just going to have, it's going to differ from person to person.
Of course.
The sound on Spider-Man sounds amazing. That's really what I wanted to see. I knew it took advantage of the 3D audio. I wish I would have got just another pair of Steel Series, the 7Ps, because I know the 7Xs don't take advantage of that awesome audio, even though they're wireless.
But do the 7Ps do?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The 7X is only do stereo on PS5.
Yeah, you can play wirelessly with them, and they'll work just like if you're just doing like Call of Duty or something, and they'll work. It's just I don't know why it's a weird choice by SteelSeries to do that, but I mean it's fine. I mean I don't mind. I've got so many headsets anyway. It's insane. Anybody looking for
has to do with licensing
Xbox ones? Yeah, I got like so many of them. I got to get rid of.
I didn't know the 7P supported the 3D audio. Oh god damn it!
Yeah, the Steel. Actually, the 7, just the Arctis 7, the old sets support the 3D audio.
Yeah,
right. Actually, and like all the Astros, the old style Astros, they all support that too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't know, man. I'm not like a huge audio nerd, but I don't have like a big.
Says the guy with like 30 headsets.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly. I don't have like a.
I'm only a partial audio nerd.
It's not very far from the truth.
I'm literally looking at a LS35 that I'm selling on the whatever, and I don't even know why I have all these damn things.
See, I just want to know what y'all like. Anybody that's played COD or any shooter that actually does that, the trick. Because I've watched somebody just show clicking into it, and you have to click halfway before it even starts doing anything, which is a little discerning to me. Like it's a
I
little
had my
concerning.
gun jam.
See,
For the controller?
Yeah.
And it jams.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if I'd like that. Like, I mean, granted, yeah, that's cool. It's immersive, but maybe in the campaign would be fun because, I mean, whoop-de-doo, but
Hey, so
competitively, I don't know.
I got another copy of Cold War for the PS5 because my friends here, all they know, they don't know if anything exists outside of PlayStation. It's weird, and it's not like they're fanboys. It's just how they are, right? You know, it's like when we were kids, everything was just Nintendo, you know, or to people that don't know
Sega,
moms and dads.
Yeah, Sega. So I actually do want to try that. I honestly got it because I wanted to see, you know, with the DualSense, if it would add that immersion factor to it, you know. So
I played 7 matches and I had my gun jam up once.
Okay, that ain't that bad.
Yeah. So
but does it feel good though when you're shooting with each gun?
Yeah, you're like, what the? And you're like, shit. Switch to your secondary and then you shoot, but by that time you're dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
yeah. I lost that gun battle.
Yeah.
You know,
but you would in real life too, right? So
well, I mean, absolutely. But of course, this is a video game, man.
There's no wall running, so it's closer to real life.
Nothing
it's been in a while.
Nothing exists, lady. Nothing exists outside of Nintendo. These fanboys in green and blue. This is all bullshit.
Like, I think it would be cool if they made something in the game where it was like some type of progression system where it's like, oh, the more you work on this stat or the more you work on this gun, like it jams less or something like that. If it's like a shooter, that would be cool if it was like implemented inside the game or something.
As you level up the gun.
Yeah, like, you know, like there's games that have that like realistic. I'm just gonna mention Breakpoint. I know it's a shitty game, but you know you gotta stop and eat and do all these things. You know, Mo. You gotta stop and eat and all that stuff.
I don't know if you can call it a game. I'm sorry.
Cleaning your weapon would be cool or whatever it is. I think that'd be cool.
Hey, Mike.
What's up?
If you think I hated Breakpoint, this guy Shammy.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh man, I platinum Breakpoint.
Wow. I am going to jump out of the window because I got one question. What's wrong with you?
Say whatever that thing is about liking Anthem, Breakpoint, Devil May Cry DMC, and Avengers. Whatever that thing is about me,
and Monster Hunter, apparently.
I got that for days.
And it speaks to his inner Marine.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. That game does like get on the track on like patrolling or whatever it is. But because you don't feel that physical shit when you play video games, like, and that's why I appreciate hearing the things about the DualSense, which is cool. And that's why like the jamming thing, like what you're saying, Bobber, like it's cool, but functionality wise while playing a video game, like is it going to be annoying? Will it become annoying? I don't know.
I didn't find it that bad. I was just like, I was kind of shocked by it because I didn't realize what was happening. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, I have bullets. My gun's jammed. I'm dead. Okay, respawn.
And see, as bad as I am as far as like being like, get mad at like people shooting me when I don't think they should have, and all of a sudden it's because my stupid controller wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
That's where I would just turn that off for that game. Just and probably I'd keep it on probably for the campaign because I think that would be just neat because the campaign immerses you a little bit more than definitely multiplayer, absolutely. So, but multiplayer, I don't think I could do that. Like that would make me break a $70 controller, and I don't think I can do that.
He'd be like angry German kid, right in the old video.
Dude, absolutely, man. But yeah, I mean, I think it's cool just listening to everybody that has this PS5, and everybody has so many praises for it, and that's a good thing. Because I mean, I didn't get one, but it's just cool. I mean, it's a big bitch, but
you will.
I mean, I'll get one eventually next year sometime.
Yeah, buddy, keep telling yourself that.
I said sometime next year.
You'll get them when the side panels can change colors.
Exactly.
It's gonna have to be really cool.
I'm gonna have me a God of War 2021 edition.
Speaking of which, Dan and I were both refunded for our PlayStation side panels that were a lawsuit that happened.
Oh, you guys bought those? That's awesome.
Of course we did. Come on now.
Oh yeah. See, I held off on them initially because I kind of sounded a little shady, you know. But
of course it did. I still bought them.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. What color did you guys get?
The matte
Black,
black.
yeah, same thing.
That's nice, man.
Yeah.
Even like the blue ones, even the blue plates with the black is nice, or the red plates with the
Yeah, they
black
look cool,
inside
you
is
know?
nice.
I wanted to check them out, but oh well.
Yeah,
Just all you have to do is pop them off, spray paint them, throw those bitches back on.
That's literally my plan. I'm planning to do that. So
Just saying. I mean,
guys, I haven't seen anybody actually. I've been off for a little bit, so has anybody actually taken those off? Or
I haven't seen anybody take pictures of it yet.
There's already. I saw a thread earlier of a guy who already painted them black. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, really?
I just don't want to mess with them too much.
No, I suck at that stuff. They'd come out like all discolored, and I'm a tech guy, dude. I'm a tech guy.
Well, the problem with that is if you're spray painting them yourself, right? They have all the little intricate little designs on them. Are you?
Yeah, they're
flood
textured.
them?
They're not flat. Like,
Yeah, are you going to flood them with paint and it's just going to look terrible?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, if you're good at painting, it would do it fine.
I'm sure there's some sort of primer you're gonna want to use or some shit like that. I'm not really sure about all that.
Not even gonna touch them.
I'll pay someone.
Yeah, I'll wait till
Now-
they're
Pay
done.
somebody.
I got a question. Now, are the panels they kind of slick, or are they more like the controller, like where it's
They're-
textured as well?
They're like the controller.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It
So it'd
feels
be
better.
easier-
From the inside though, like the outside isn't really textured, but it's
not.
not smooth.
Yeah.
It's not smooth either.
It's
Well, that's a good thing for paint anyway, because if it's
Yeah.
not smooth, you don't have to worry about sanding it or whatever, or doing any kind of priming. You pretty much could probably just slap some paint on there, good to go. But I probably wouldn't do it either, though. I mean,
it's raised for your pleasure.
he is. I mean, from the front, it does look like. Never mind.
It looks like its collars are popped when you're looking at it.
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely
Like-
popped the collars.
But in all seriousness, I think just summarizing, right? To have both of us, like, I hardly have any complaints with either of them. They're both amazing systems.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed my time. Every time I have spare time to game, like at this point, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to play because I love both of them. I love them, man. This is a great launch. These systems are going to be very, very special in the coming years, for sure.
You know why though? But the thing is too, is because this is the first time this is the first console cycle that we get where we're not getting anything old, right? It's all brand new tech inside of it. So
that's what I mean. Yeah, this is more
like,
advanced than we've seen.
Yeah, when the PS4s came out, for instance, when the PS4 and the Xbox One, the PS4 GPU was what? It was already like 3 or 4 years old at the time.
Yeah.
So
all old shit. Now that we're getting stuff that's
it's
brand new,
nice
not
to
out
see
yet.
that, man.
Yeah.
That's why, like, you see that speed and you see that performance, and even whatever, and you're just like, okay, like, to me, they're worth the price that you paid for.
100%.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Absolutely.
Like, hey,
It's
when
like
you
paying
tweeted
less.
that thing out about like, oh man, I can't even get on my phone in between load times.
Dude, it's
that
the
is
problem.
exactly what I expected.
That is a problem.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I
He's right,
still
though.
do it because
Yeah,
for
he
years
really
we
is
had the
right.
habit of, all right, I got to load in. I'll look at something. I'll go get
Yeah.
it. Like as soon as you hit the load in, like you go to pick up your phone. By the time you pick it up, you're already in the game.
Yeah.
Like
These consoles are gonna help me lose weight because I don't have time. I can't wait anymore to go get something to eat because the load times are too quick. So now I got to be sitting there and playing. I'm starving now.
Dude, it's the same as like doing like screenshots and uploading them and sending them to Twitter and stuff. It's fast. I mean,
Yeah,
on my
it's
Series
super
X, it's super fast there too. Like
Can
I
you
thought
do more
it's
than
pretty-
one picture on
like,
Xbox?
well, I mean, you can still only do the one picture. But,
Okay.
but like the cool thing is like being able to hurry up and do it. It's so much faster. Like I used to like have to hit it because it would do it in takes the picture in 4K on my One X, and then uploading it like 50 hours later so that I can just go do something and come back. And on this one, Brawlhalla, it's like once I'm done, I hit it and like I can look down at my phone maybe for a second, then all of a sudden I'm back in the game. I'm like, oh, never mind. All right.
The only thing I got to say about that is it's on the Xbox. It's super slow to upload to the app. You can upload it to Twitter faster than you can upload it to your app.
Yes,
At least what I've
I agree.
noticed.
The app
that's
is
kinda
definitely
weird.
very delayed, which is
I think it's down. I think it's compressed to Twitter compared to uploading to the app. The app
No,
just
it's not.
takes the original screenshot at 4K HDR, all the bells and whistles. Or
But
Twitter,
the thing is,
it's gonna
was the
compress
same
it anyway.
thing. It was the same thing even on the One X, even on previous, because it used to take forever to
Oh, dude, yeah, you could
upload
never
to
get-
Xbox Live, right? So like I'd be randomly playing after I take a screenshot.
Yeah.
Then like 10,
20
15 minutes later, your screenshot was uploaded. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about this thing.
Yeah,
That is a lot worse.
Yeah, there's two things on that, right? Hassan's right. On Twitter, it's compressed. On the app, it's native, which is obviously a lot bigger. But one thing, I don't know if you guys noticed this, because I've been taking about 9 million screenshots in Valhalla because it's freaking gorgeous. But the past couple days on the 1X, it would take forever, right? Yeah. And if you close out your games or apps, just like downloading something, it's much, much faster.
Yeah, I did that.
But over the past couple days, I noticed it was taking a while on Xbox before it was like the old, the 1X with the screenshot. Today, as soon as I was taking screenshots, it was uploaded like 5 seconds later. So I don't know if it's just a server load that they're, working through or what. I don't know, but it was much faster today.
So I wasn't the alpha skip ahead a few months back when they first introduced it, and you can use the app to actually upload it and stuff. It was literally in a matter of seconds. Like, take the screenshots and boom, it's there. You use your phone and you're good to go. And to be honest, I'd rather use my phone, rather than the console, and taking forever to type anything. It's annoying. But yeah, I mean, it used to be fast, but it then got slower. But you're saying today it's back.
Yeah,
I think it's just a matter of bandwidth. Probably, exactly.
Yeah. Just really quickly, Johnny Taco is Brooklyn 42 on Twitter. Or 42 Brooklyn 42. So now we know who Johnny is.
Johnny.
Oh, Johnny. Hey man. All right.
Johnny like Scotty doesn't know. I'm also one of the ones who got the PlayStation, and I won't take up much more time with it because I know we have a lot more other topics to go to.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
My biggest
Ainsley's
pet
used
peeve.
to 4-hour shows, him and Dan.
You guys got 45
I don't know if I have enough beer for 4 hours. I'm just gonna say that right now. My biggest complaint, as a primary PlayStation pony, as you'd like to say, is that to get to my captures, to get to my screenshots, I have to go through like 20 different menus to get to the storage, to get to the media gallery to post it. Whereas before, it literally was right in the XBL bar. Right? It was so simple to get. I had 10 menus deep to find a screenshot. And playing Call of Duty earlier today, I'm trying to play with my gaming clan, the Man Clan, and I'm like, where's the party chats? You normally go in and you look in and you say, oh my god, here's like 12 different chats. I'm going to join this one. It was bringing up chats and messages and I guess voice parties from like 7 years ago, from people who aren't even alive anymore, that passed away part of our clan, right? Okay. It's like, why? Just give us back the party chat that we used to have, like we have on Xbox. Go in, let me see who's there. Yeah. I can join any of the chats that are available. If I want to join with these 5 people that are playing COD, I can join with them. If I want to play with these 5 people that are playing COD, I can join. Like, it made the change on PS4 with the last update so incredibly stupid. Like, it's so backwards. I hope they fix that soon. Like, they need to fix that.
Me, Mo, and Hassan had that same issue last night. We tried to join together and just chat while we were playing games, and I was like, how the hell do I even get this to work? Like, this shouldn't be this hard.
Yeah,
and you can't
on
see
Xbox,
anything.
It's one button. Like, I literally go to Mo and I hit X. That's it. Yeah. It's that simple. So
and then if you're grouped, so we were grouped up. I was grouped up with my buddy Redleg, and we saw Tolly's playing. Okay, let's invite him into chat. So to send him you send him the invite, so then you get the notification that he's been invited, but you don't get the notification until he joins again. Like, it's so
the weird thing, it says added.
Yeah.
Because when I add them, it said I added Mo and Shami to the chat, but they're not even in the chat. Yeah.
Until they accept the invite.
Then they have to join separately.
It's so stupid. Like, it's really, really counterintuitive. Like, it's anti-consumerism. It's not a friendly way of having a party chat. I'm sorry. And I'm PlayStation for life. I am. I love my Xbox. I really do. But I have
your blue jersey didn't give it away.
I have That's Blue Jays, man. That's Toronto Blue Jays. I'm repping the MLB team.
Look, I was gonna cover the Jays part.
There's like I have 200 and plus platinums trophies, right? I'm ranked 242 in Canada for platinums. Like, I love PlayStation. This pisses me the fuck off. Like,
girl, own that shit.
It's so hard for me to group up with my friends. Like, it's ridiculous. Other than that, it's fantastic.
Yeah, they're gonna work on it. They definitely need to. Other than
my Demon Souls bar down game of the year. It looks absolutely incredible. Like what they did with that without ray tracing, just beautiful. Demon Souls, yeah. Just amazing. And I never played it the first time either. So yeah.
You got to see it in person. Like I told you guys, the stream does it no justice.
Yeah.
But I will say this:
I got it today.
The stream still did really well with those particle effects and stuff like that. That was what caught my eye first of anything. I was just like, "Oh, that's nice."
Pretty. The shimmering reflection of the light of the water, like on the wall.
Pretty game.
When you stream from do you stream from the PlayStation 5 or do you use like an Elgato or whatever?
No, from the PS5 directly.
Yep. How's that looking? How's that
going? Actually, well, once I figured out, and if for anyone listening, I started my stream last night and it just went to a blue screen. These guys know. And I couldn't figure out why the video wasn't going. There's a setting in the PS5 settings where you can disable HDCP, which is basically a protocol, right? A video protocol. And that was actually blocking my video signal. So I had to turn it off and restart the stream. Anyway, it worked well. In fact, the Twitch integration on PS5 is way better than Xbox. Way better. It's very easy to start the broadcast. What the hell, you know what button you have to hit? Because I didn't know. So you hit the create button, and there's literally just a broadcast icon like it used to be on Xbox with Mixer. You broadcast, you can move your camera real quickly, and the chat's on the screen. Like, Xbox needs to fix their shit in terms of streaming. It's nice on the PS5, and you can do native 1080p 60 right from the console.
Yeah.
Wow, nice.
You have to go in and set it that way. And I didn't discover that until today.
Yeah,
cool.
But it worked well. Yeah, it worked well. But
unlike AC Valhalla on Xbox, turn off HDR. Yeah. Just saying, it's too fucking dark.
Yeah, that's true.
That's horrible.
Yeah, well. Whew. Graham, you all right there, bro? I know you had to criticize a little bit, but
I have no problem.
I just want to make sure you're okay, bro.
I've had no problem calling shit. I said the same thing with fucking PlayStation isn't being like as transparent as Xbox leading up to this channel. For the last 6 months, PlayStation has been hiding in a hole in a cave on their laurels, hoping that the 1.5 or 112 million are gonna instantly buy it, and no questions asked. Like, give me a fucking break. Give me the information I need to know. You're the one who told me that you could uninstall Astrobot. Like, did they come out and say that? Hey, listen, you can download it, you can uninstall it, you have no problem. It's yours, whatever. It's tied to your account. Like, there's been so little correspondence back and forth to the users from PlayStation leading up to this gen.
I didn't know if I could use a camera until I went to stream last night.
Exactly.
And I couldn't. They still lock USB cameras. You can't use a USB camera on PS5. So you have to use the PS5 camera, which I luckily just kept because I had 2 of them.
So I didn't even take it out of the box. I don't even know what the hell, like, did anybody try it?
Ains and I used it.
Not great.
Okay.
I mean, it's okay for your basic camera, right? But if you're using a good streaming camera, like my camera is such better quality than the PS5 one. It's a shame I can't use it.
Right.
But it's better than their last 2 versions of
the PS4.
Man, I would hope so.
PS4 camera.
PS4
camera.
All the
your camera last night was
like
way better than the PS4.
Yeah. I mean, I remember 480p too, but it's been a while.
God damn it.
Hey, don't make fun of my camera now. Hey,
mine's 720 on my camera. This might actually be 482. I don't know.
Anyway,
did any of you guys try Ori on the Series X?
I have yet. I downloaded it because my first one, it was a piece of shit. Like the thing that I didn't. This is the negative thing I'll say about Xbox right now. And now, granted, not everybody had this, but I swear the smart delivery / whatever the Xbox doesn't know what kind of X it is. Like it's like I don't know if I'm a Series X or Xbox One X. I don't know what I am.
Even the Xbox is confused by their naming
Yeah,
convention.
exactly. Like the Xbox is like, I don't know what the hell I am. What version do I run? The old one. That's what I got to run. And that's what it kept doing. It kept running the old one. So like I'd go in and I'd see the file every time I'd install it. It would say Durango.
Which game is this for?
And there's Ori. I did that for Ori, Gears 5. And then, I did do FIFA and Madden and found out that they don't have theirs until like December 4th. So that was an issue I had. But for like, it was Ori and Gears, the only two that I noticed anyway. Both of those just installed the Xbox One version. So it just made me mad because I was like, this doesn't look any different. So I finally got it installed and saw it today that it's now says Scarlet. So I'm going to try it and see what it looks like. But
I think that's what the problem was with some people with Call of Duty as well too. That they were downloading the X version as opposed to the X Series X version.
Well, apparently PlayStation downloads all the versions at one time, just like Xbox has been doing, and then it auto chooses the PlayStation 4 version, which is really weird for a PS5 just to auto choose the 4. Because like apparently I've seen like quite a few people post that on Twitter too. It's like, hey, if you have Call of Duty, you have to change it before you go to play it. You have to hit this menu. I don't know what the button is, and then change the game type or version to PS5, and then it saves or whatever. But
so mine didn't do that.
Odd. Really?
Spider-Man did though.
Oh, that's weird. That's so weird.
So when I popped in Spider-Man, it was reading it as the PS4 version of Spider-Man. I had to go up and go to options and select it as the PS5 version. But yeah, no, it didn't do that for Call of Duty. But Call of Duty also only installed Warframe or Warzone. Oh. I had to go back actually into the menu to select campaign, multiplayer.
They got a lot of shit to iron out, man.
They got to get you 250 gigs of freaking storage for your game. Yeah, that's why.
But why do you give me Warzone? Like,
no, I know.
Like,
I'm with you.
Give me multiplayer. If I'm gonna play Call of Duty, I'm not there for Warzone. I can download that separately. If I'm buying Black Ops, I'm buying it for either multiplayer or single player, not Warzone. Like it's backward. Mm-hmm. IMO.
Man. Well,
I'm gonna flip some desks here.
I just want to know because the only reason I want to know about Ori in general or specifically is just because of the 6K super sampling. I mean,
yeah.
You know, because Ori is one of those games that, especially if you have an OLED TV, that's just apparently it just.
Well, I'm out on this conversation.
Bomber's gonna go play with his dongle for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna play my dongle.
Even on the One X, Ori was like mind-boggling.
It was beautiful. It was. It for sure was.
What's he supposed to do with the other 4 minutes and 35 seconds?
Hey, you know, hey, when you're good at it, you're good at it. Right?
Bomber's like,
all right. Well, the next thing is the worst kept secret ever. It's finally official. The Mass Effect trilogy remastered. Finally announced after all this time. Ainsley's been saying it for like how long now?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So BioWare officially announced it, and they said that they're actually working on the new Mass Effect game. Me personally, I think if the Mass Effect remastered trilogy is as good as it should be, if it's given the proper respect, I'll probably put everything down for it to play that series again. Like that's how I feel about this series, at least. But it has to be worth my time, right? Like if you want me to invest into these worlds again, make it worth my time. Don't just fucking up-res it and then just slap it on a disc and sell it to me.
It is BioWare.
That's the problem too, man. You know, so there's also that's always in the back of my head. And I actually heard something very interesting the other day. You know. I forgot what I think it was one of the podcasts where they were like, well, I mean, if you're doing a Mass Effect trilogy and you're going balls out on just remastering it and whatever, why not just rework the ending? Because one of those endings from Mass Effect 3 has to be canon into the next game, right? because from what BioWare said, apparently, I mean, we don't know what happened, right? I mean, the mass relays got destroyed and Shepard's dead and all this other
Spoilers,
stuff.
Spoilers.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Yeah, no, a lot of spoilers. I never played the trilogy.
What?
Never played the
I
trilogy.
never played it either.
No, I've never played. Here's the thing. I am
But I get it.
relatively a new gamer.
Oh,
That makes
okay.
sense.
Well,
I never played
Yeah.
it, and this being
Pretend like you
remastered
didn't
for
hear
me
anything.
is going to be one of those. I'm going to play it because so many people in my early gaming life always were praising it, like, "Oh man,
Same
Mass
here.
Effect." And I know that it's not like a super high action pack game. It is, but like there's a lot of that dialogue kind of stuff in there.
listen, man. I'm sorry, Mike. No,
No, you're good. You're
let me
good,
say
bro.
one
Break it
thing.
down,
You know
baby.
why it's not a spoiler? Because
Mo's
as
gonna
you're
flip
playing the
his
game,
desk.
as you're playing the game and you realize that the guy is some type of cyberspace Jesus, okay, you kind of get to you expect it to go in the direction that it's going, right? Because there's so much on the line and there's so much shit. They're not gonna just fucking have him. I don't know, man. Like when it happened, I wasn't upset at the end. I'm sorry for spoilers and shit. Right? I'm just saying, like, I mean, it was expected. This was something
Years,
that,
baby. It's been out for years.
yeah, that's the thing too.
And if you
honestly.
haven't watched
Yeah.
some sort of critical critique on that video, then like that's why I say like if I play this remastered Mass Effect trilogy, like I feel like I'm going to take my time and really like sit down and try to understand what this game wants to give me, because I played a little bit of 2 and I was like, oh, it's like Gears of War, but we're in a space club and it's like there's a lot of talking. Like what happened to the Gears of War shit and
a
the
lot of
magic
talking.
or whatever powers you have on top of the guns. And I was like really invested in that. But I'm glad it's getting remastered. I want to actually go through it and really get what these fans are saying, because what I've heard of it and what the little bit I've seen of it, it looks pretty legit. And I just want to make sure that is that the top tier game when we're talking like conversation pieces with video games. Like I've played Odyssey and like I've played some of The Witcher. I would say like The Witcher 3 is probably my best game that I have when it comes to like dialogue pieces and how they like make the outcome different. Is Mass Effect
The desk rises underneath.
is Mass Effect on that level? I'm not really sure.
Nothing's on Witcher 3 level. Nothing.
Really? Okay.
But Mass Effect's
Alright.
really good. It's really
Hold on.
good.
Okay.
He's a super Witcher fan though. But me personally, I do consider it one of the best series,
Yes, it is up there.
hands down. I mean, it's up there. When you're talking about story and characters and lore and world and oh my god, it's incredible.
100%.
See, the sad thing, I've only played a little bit of the first one, bought the second one, played like 10 minutes. I don't think I ever bought the third one because I kind of just lost out of it. And now, of course, that was during the times where I started getting back into like first-person shooters like COD and Battlefield and all that stuff. Like I started doing that more and kind of threw those into the wind, where now it's like those games intrigue me a little bit more now.
Right.
So I feel like the trilogy is going to be something I want to go to, but I don't want them to do what like they did with Mafia and like Mafia 2. They throw a little bit of paint on it and say it's a remaster, and then here's your games. Like, no, like that's of course I know they're not going to do like what they did with Mafia Definitive Edition. I know that because I mean that's a remake, but
they should though.
I mean,
they really should. At least
they
for
should.
part one.
No, great.
Yeah.
I would 100% agree. They should. I just don't see EA wanting to put that kind of money and resources into it when they are making a brand new one. You know what I mean? It'd be
Probably
different.
2 different departments.
Possibly, and that's true too, because a lot of times they outsource half of it to not even being BioWare or whoever, the company that actually originally made the game anyway. So,
So the big thing with Mass Effect 1 and the complaints it gets for there's a big debate raging, if you didn't know, between Mass Effect 1 and 2. With some of us saying 1's the best and some of us saying 2 is the best. Just to be clear, 1 is the best.
I'm gonna cancel the bitcast.
So the thing about Mass Effect 1 is it is older now. It's a 2007 game, and the gameplay itself, not the story is incredible. The Saren, who's the antagonist, is incredible. It's written, to your point, Mike, it's written really well. It's an awesome story. But some of the gameplay mechanics are really dated. And so what a lot of people are hoping is that they update Mass Effect 1 to gameplay like 2 and 3, which were much more kind of advanced.
Much. More.
But based on the wording gives you away every time if you follow these companies.
Mm-hmm.
And based on the wording, I guarantee you they're not overhauling those gameplay systems.
Told you.
No, they're going to polish it. They're going to add new textures. It's going to look nice, whatever. But there's no way they overhaul Mass Effect 1.
So basically, Kingdoms of Amalur.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's better than that. I haven't
Like
played
that type
remake,
of
but I heard it's
remaster?
very, like,
I hope not.
Nothing.
I wouldn't be surprised if I start to see remasters get phased out a little bit now. I mean,
I
like,
hope they
what
do.
would you remaster? Last of Us 1? Like, what would you remaster now?
It's already been remastered.
They already remastered.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
With a
you know,
remaster.
yeah, what is an old game now? But I don't know.
That's a good.
That's
well,
what
and
it is.
technology is
Dragon Age.
advancing so much, right? With
Yeah,
auto
exactly.
HDR and all the things that Xbox is doing. Sorry, Ange, go ahead.
Oh, I was just joking, saying I wanted Dragon Age to be remastered.
Oh, Dragon Age, yeah.
Sorry, I
That
didn't
was
mean
the
to cut
first
you off.
PlayStation 4 game I played. Dragon Age.
Great
I
game.
put it came out on the 360, and I just put it on my X, and I'm more excited about that than Valhalla. So.
Oh hell yeah!
Loser. Hello.
And no, hell no,
You never
man.
lose your
That's-
liking games you like.
No,
as
but that's
long
the
as it's
best
not
thing.
Anthem.
But you see what's great about this whole backwards compatibility thing is you still you
Yeah,
never play it. You found a
exactly.
game that you love that's old, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
Well,
Bomber, what
Who
is your
gives a
dog
shit?
doing behind you?
You know,
Who's that?
they do anything, but
Good
I mean,
That's awesome.
finding her spot, man.
All right. So there was a. Okay, so this is something I want to ask you guys because about length. So what?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
Whoa. Not going that far.
Girls.
Not going that far.
I mean, I didn't know this.
Danny,
that
shot.
kind of.
Danny.
I mean,
damn
it is
Should've
only
followed up.
8:37 for me, so I mean, it's a little early to talk about this. But
Let me
hey.
back the camera up a little bit.
let me get this Zoom working in a little bit more.
Desks are rising right now.
The desks are rising.
Yeah, you ever hear you heard of that Immortals Phoenix Rising? Yeah.
Yes.
I can wait for that game.
That's an awesome.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Fuck. All right. Well,
So length.
so there was a playtime is what I'm gonna substitute it with.
Ah,
Actually, it's the same shit, really, because even you guys can fucking twist the words. The
Yeah,
phrase
Kane
playtime.
said it's all about the
playtime. I
wording.
mean.
Yeah.
I mean, length and playtime,
Well,
correlate.
go hand in hand.
Well,
That's
I
what
think
she said.
gaming is dirty.
basically, the one thing about Miles Morales is the entire playtime of it since it was released, or at least it was announced, is a lot of people were thinking that it was some type of DLC, because it's a spinoff of. It's not a main sequel, right? It's like a spinoff, kind of like Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, for instance, which ironically was actually going to be a DLC for Uncharted 4, but then it took on a life of its own, and they ended up making it into its own separate release, which was like another 12 to 15 hours or something like that, or about 12 hours, 12-hour game. So I had this conversation with a few people because I saw this post on Twitter. There was this girl that put a list of AAA games, right? A long list of them, which includes Uncharted 4, Halo 5, and all these other big games that were all linear, right? But they were about between 10 and 15 hours of playtime. And there was this, back and forth in the group chat, in the thread itself about, Spider-Man, Miles Morales is following up a open world game, so it's 12 to 15 hour campaign is shorter than the first game. People were there was two camps. There was people that were trying to basically say that it qualifies as a DLC because of its length, and then there was other people that were like, well, why? Hence that girl's post. Because she basically said, she's like, okay, you got all these AAA games, despite the fact that they were linear, they're still the same. It's still the same playtime. You're still getting between 10 and 15 hours. So what did you guys think of Miles Morales? Do you consider Miles Morales a full-fledged game, or do you consider it like a type of extra thing that doesn't need to be there? I don't know. I was always curious about that. I personally consider I personally consider it full fledged, just like I consider Uncharted Lost Legacy. But I think that just depends.
I think personally it's exactly that. It was probably a DLC to begin with, like you said with Lost Legacy, is like it probably was. And then it took on a little bit more and they're like, you know what, this could be its own thing. And then probably the marketing people were like, yeah, and we can launch it with the PS5 and what would that do? And it's probably what happened. I mean, they probably had that talk and guess what? For me, I think it is a full-fledged game because look at, I mean, like that girl said, like you said, they put that list of games. Look at Rise, it's 6 to 8 hours. That's a full game. That was $60.
Great game.
Look at Ori. Look at any of these, full-length games that are $60, $40 doesn't matter. It's a game. It's a full-fledged game. It's not a DLC. They didn't say, hey, buy this DLC for $14.99. It's a full-fledged game, and they're giving you more in it. And they've even said it's anywhere from another 12 to 20 hours depending on if you do everything in the game. So I mean, and for me, I mean, shit, if you can get to 10 hours in a game, to me that's a full-fledged game because I probably still won't beat it.
I mean, I was gonna say,
I hate to say that.
Consider completing a game just being the story mission, especially if it's an open world and you got an extra 5 hours to go explore, and because they make side missions in these open world games with particular areas, and they add their little touch and flair to it and stuff. So they basically, what I'm trying to say, they make it to where you should want to do the side missions. But that's another thing too. It's like you mentioned it, Bomber, you mentioned it also. It's like, what is completing a game to you? Like, what is satisfactory to you? I do think 8 to 10 hours is fairly satisfactory. I mean, if you're only playing 3 hours a night, which is still like a pretty solid session, I would say, you still got a week's worth of that game to play, plus all the side stuff. Miles Morales, like the 2-year turnover, whenever I knew Miles Morales was coming out, I like pretty much knew like they're probably using a bunch of the same assets, like the framework of Spider-Man, and they're just going to bring it onto this game and then touch it up with the moves. Who was mentioned that earlier about Miles Morales? Like, it was very apparent that this is like cloned or derived from the main game Spider-Man. And I think if you get 8 to 10 hours, that's pretty good playtime. I feel like, and depending on whatever game you're playing, you'll want to do the side quests and the side missions, which you rack up 12 hours, 15, 16, 17, up to 20 hours, that's solid to me, at least. Like, I didn't really understand how long games were until maybe like about, hitting in my 20s. And about a fair game is about 12 hours. I know I said 8 to 10, but 12 hours is like the line, I would say, for me. But 8 to 10, I do feel like you would still be getting your money's worth. I mean, look at it. And it's Spider-Man, Miles Morales. So.
Well, then you look at games like Witcher, right, that have 200
yeah
hours. And it's like,
you can't compare
it's a fantastic game.
But you
cannot compare. I do
compare, bro,
that.
because there's some people that say that. They're like, well, The Witcher had the greatest DLC, but it does.
I mean, it does.
I don't think
I haven't even gotten to it yet. Jesus
yeah, exactly.
Christ.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I bought it, but I haven't touched it.
But it's not good because of the size, right? Though
No,
it's
exactly.
Good. It's good because of the quality.
When you give that quality, you're gonna, people are gonna be like, you know what? I'll pay for that.
They're gonna come back for
know what?
more.
Even in Spider-Man 1, even in Spider-Man 1, I think that story is about 15 or 20 hours, and then plus all the side stuff. Yeah. I cut myself a lot in the first Spider-Man trying to get the platinum, just like, all right, I need to go to this icon, because it was just that kind of, you get in that like flow mode where it's like a little sluggish, but it ain't no thing. You're just like chasing icons to check boxes, basically. Yeah. And I mean, if you can get all that quality and the length and dial it into a certain amount, a certain easy point, feel good point, I think that's a full-fledged game.
Not every game has to be 40 to 80 hours either. Like that's the thing. Like, I mean, I am getting older, and like, I ain't got time to sit and play these games forever to get the end story. Like, the longest game I think I played here lately was The Last of Us Remastered, and I did beat it. Of course, it took me forever, but
yeah, I was going to mention that too. Like, it's even that one was like, oh,
yeah. I mean, there was some dragging points, and I think every game has their dragging points, absolutely. But
for sure,
It's a full-fledged game. I don't care what anybody says.
Dan,
Yeah,
you've been
And I
playing
discussed this a lot too.
No,
It's really about the experience, right? There's no set time frame or
Yes.
length or
Exactly.
size or any euphemisms we might be using that define it, right? I mean,
Circumcised or uncircumcised. What?
I've
That is
always
not
looked
what she
at it
said.
as what's the experience you're getting. And I'm not even a Spider-Man fan. I didn't buy the game. I'm not going to. But it may be built upon the foundation of the PS4 game. I think that's clear.
Mhm.
But PlayStation 5 games are $70, right? This is a $50 game. If you buy the $70 game, you're also getting a remastered version of the PS4 game.
Good point.
So if you look at the package you're getting for $70, from everything I've read, everything I've seen, this is a full-fledged game. I think honestly, and we're just going to call a spade. Anyone who's calling it a DLC is just saying that to try and get a rise out of people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not a DLC. Come on, stop the stupidity. It's a full game. Leave it alone. It doesn't matter that it was built on the PS4 game. How many games do we have that are built upon foundations of other games? Give me a break.
Valhalla. I mean, Valhalla.
Yeah, exactly.
Every single one of them.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, Ubisoft games. That would mean every sports game's not a game.
Yeah, thank
You
you.
know what I mean?
It
there you go.
really
It's
is.
just a
It's technically
spin-off.
technically they are DLCs if you really think about it. I mean,
The most expensive. part.
they're the most expensive DLC ever because all you're doing is updating your freaking roster and a couple of stadium changes. Like shit.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a full
Yeah,
game.
it's
I
full
don't
game.
even know why this is a big discussion anymore.
Because certain people like to change the narrative. To
We like
there
console wars, man. You got to get them console wars going.
Yeah, you do a southern accent really well, Bomber. What is that?
You know, I don't know, man. I tell you what, when you're around it a lot, it happens. But see, what happens is, when I talk like this is actually my real accent. I try to fix it, to be where I can just talk normal, so people can understand me. That's how it is.
Shit. Well, Spider-Man. So Insomniac actually said that they're going to do the save progression from the PS4 to the PS5.
That's awesome.
Which is actually, I don't know why it had to go that way anyway. I don't want to, I'm sure.
Here's why, or my technical assumptions. These games had different SKU. Like the PS5, from the way they worded everything, you're not getting smart delivery. You get another SKU, and to get another game SKU into another game, I think it sounds like harder than it is, and it requires more work from them to copy it from one place to the other. Because all you do, you get a lot going on into saving a game than just a file. You got a profile that has to do with it. You have so many things, and to get it to that other SKU, I don't think they were forward thinking with their infrastructure about having a game with sub SKUs, basically. And that's what I think Xbox did with smart delivery. You get that, main thing, and which all the saves goes to, and whatever version you get, it just comes with you, regardless of the generation, I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
sounds
got you.
right for sure. It's kind of like if you buy Witcher 3 complete, you can't use your save from Witcher 3. It's a different SKU.
Or the, like,
Pissed off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
really?
say-
You can't do that? I didn't know that.
Nope. No.
The
that
first
wasn't
area.
allowed.
Like,
Yeah,
I think that it applies to the digital versions. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Like, if I have a
Yeah,
physical Witcher, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
both. I screwed up because I had 82 hours on Death March, and I was like, I'm not going to play this game anymore because something else came out. So I sold it, and I tried to rebuy it as a complete edition, and it wouldn't work. And I was like, I had to go through the painful process of getting a refund from Sony to rebuy the regular edition, then buy the DLC separate. Huge fucking headache.
Jeez.
Shit, that sucks.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Death March is like the ultimate difficulty, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
the high one.
Yeah, yeah.
The only way to play, man.
Jesus.
The only
Exactly.
way to play.
Dude,
Nope,
that's
nope,
another thing.
nope.
Just to add on to that length thing is
Easy.
difficulty, man. Difficulty changes the game it just changes.
Yeah.
Difficulty
100%.
changes the game. It makes you experience the game on a different level. You learn like the combat in a different way how to like approach a situation or whatever. That's one thing I've like discovered here, like in the past year, I guess.
Play freaking Valhalla and walk around while these a-holes are shooting damn arrows at you from out of nowhere, and they bust a freaking thing of fire, and then you're on fire for 20 minutes. That bullshit.
Rolling around.
Rolling around, and it doesn't ever go out. You're like, oh, bitch, get
arrows
out.
in your chest.
Like, dude, it's all like that. That
You
shit.
gotta hold that. You gotta hold X for you
Like,
to
dude,
roll.
well, I've done it. It doesn't matter. Like, you can.
Oh.
Could you imagine like Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne or Demon Souls with a hard mode and like Granddaddy
God, no.
Death March mode? Like just
I would never play that game. I don't play them now.
Well, make it Souls-like. Imagine making a Souls game a Souls-like game.
Yeah. Hashtag.
All right. So who played Avengers?
Oh God.
I played the beta, and that's
Fuck, Mike, it's only you.
I know, bro. There's a reason for that. I'll give you the reason for that.
All right, well,
He
you guys-
likes
so you guys know already.
Breakpoint. So, I don't know, man.
dude, I don't know. I think we all expected it, when apparently the game lost Square Enix, what was it, $48 million?
Oh God, yeah.
And
yeah, 68
it's
potentially.
60, yeah,
so I just say
68
50. I say about 50 just to be,
so it's definitely safe to assume that the game was a bomb. And from the beginning, I said it was the right idea, but I think it was the wrong studio for the game.
Most definitely 100% on that.
Because if you have an IP like that, if you have the Avengers IP, the Avengers itself, just the IP in general is one of the biggest in the world, right?
Yeah.
So when you have that kind of backing behind you, I mean, you have to basically meet those standards. And it doesn't seem like that the game met the standards of it. And it's really weird how this game and Anthem are really compared. When you talk about people, it's like these tragic falls from grace, with these games. And the one thing I don't like is when people are, whenever there's games like that, where they're being improved, like Anthem, for instance, if it's being improved to be more like Destiny, right? But then some people are saying, they're like, well, why are you making it like Destiny? Why does it need to why does it need to be like Destiny? I mean, and my thing is it's really not. I mean, the concepts are the same, in terms of being looter shooters and whatever, but I think you're getting two separate experiences. And I think people really get hung up on the loot system or whatever it is. Like, you know this better than I do, and I think you're probably the only one here who actually played the Avengers. Why would you
playing it there, Devil Dog? Shit, dude, I'm making YouTube videos on it. I am about this game
played it too,
straight
Dan?
up.
Yeah, I finished the story.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, then I want to know.
What do you think so far,
too.
Dan? I'm curious, man. Like,
Dan, why do you think this happened to it?
Because here's the thing: you release a game like Anthem, like Avengers, and it's not saying that the Avengers was necessarily bad. It was just you
bad.
get to a point where there's not a whole lot else to do except for grind your way to levels. And if that's something you want to do, fine. I fully support your decisions, as poor as they are. Just joking, Mike.
no, you're good, brother.
No, I get it. Now, we can talk about gameplay, and that's all very subjective. It's just, when you have these games as a service, and we've seen this, and it's kind of started around with Anthem, you've got to hit like right in the beginning. You've got to, have that, strike while it's hot. You don't want to just come out and be like, okay, we're just going to keep adding. I know that's what games as a service is, but you still need to have something to start with. And you need that foundation. And when Anthem came out and then Division 2 came out, you saw the huge difference between the two. The Division 2 had so much more and at the end game, and they added to it almost immediately.
Yes.
And you started getting more stuff, and then the raid came out, a month or whatever later. There was now at this point, I haven't played Division 2 for a while, but they just added like a tower deal where you have to make your way up the tower. And you don't even have to do a ton of it if your initial investment has enough to carry you on. when I finished the campaign for the Avengers, before I went on the last mission, it said my completion rate was like 45%. I was like, what the hell? How is this the last mission? I got more than half the game left? That doesn't make any sense. So I went through it. I was like, okay, and I understood after it was done. And the story was fun. The characters were good. There was a lot of good things about it. I just think you need to have that content initially. And if you don't have it, then and unless you're going to add it immediately after, and we've seen, especially given the current circumstances, it's a lot harder to get all that stuff out in a timely manner where you're going to, you've got to hook them and then you got to keep them coming back, and that initial hook is where I think a lot of these games are lacking, but then you see like games like Sea of Thieves that come out and they're bare bones and there's nothing to it, and they kept building, and all of a sudden it's the best selling game on Steam. All of a sudden you've got however many concurrent players, like out of nowhere, and that might be more,
I think that's
directly. Yeah, it's crazy. Like it could be more talking to just like, one streamer or two streamers, and then all of a sudden everybody's jumping on it, and but Rare has been very, very good about continuing to add, and they've gotten better over time.
Right.
So and it's a new, like with BioWare, it was a new area for them. It was a new adventure to they've never done anything like that before. They're the single player, Western RPG kings, and then you come out with a game that is not that at all, under now or not developer but a publisher that only cares about the bottom dollar. I think that handcuffed them a little bit too. So I get it. I didn't think they were going to take that much of a loss. That's a huge loss. And we still haven't seen Hawkeye yet, have we?
No.
That's another thing.
And Spider-Man.
Yeah, or Spider-Man,
or
Black Panther.
Kate Bishop. That's all. But before any of that, even when the character happens, they got to drop some level stuff like a raid thing. What I think happened is you make some very solid points, Dan, and that's the thing. They promised in the beginning, they were like, "Yo, we're going to drop the game in September, and then October you're going to get this, and then in November you're going to get this, and December you're going to get this, and you'll get Spider-Man by March of 2021." And that was where the hype is. So what I think happened, yes, Mo, you're definitely on the ticket right there. Crystal Dynamics, Tomb Raider, Avengers. Okay, wow. Looter Shooter now and completely online. So I think the first 3 million people bought it, and probably comic book fans, MCU fans, probably probably your general like, oh, I like these characters in general just because it's a Marvel IP. But then when those first initial 3 million bought it and they played it, beat the campaign, maybe enjoyed it, maybe not, started playing some of the back, like the end game stuff, and it kind of just like very, very much downhill on that era. So then it's like, yeah, I did play Avengers. It was okay. I wouldn't get it if I were you. And then that's where they probably lost a lot of that money with. A lot of people are still interested. The players who did buy it, they are still interested in it. Like I have made YouTube videos about it, and that is like my thing is to like I said, I like games that people fucking hate. Anthem, Devil May Cry, Breakpoint, man. I just do. I don't know what it is. I like all the other games too a lot as well, but people are interested in this game. They want reasons to come back. Like Square Enix is adamant they'll recoup their losses, and like to me, the only reason that if they can say that now, I'm like, dude, I don't know any about all this big company high levels type of shit, but they have to have something going on behind the scenes that the fans don't know or don't see coming. And that confidence, I don't know where that's coming from exactly. Like they really do expect people to get back on it whenever they have completed. They have some leaked footage of like this raid or whatever it is. It's called Cloning Labs coming up, where it's supposed to be like a Destiny raid where you're like, dude, sit on your Switch and I'll sit on mine. Like, let me know if you're dead and I'll come and get you. And, use all these powers and stuff. I mean, it's very unfortunate as like a comic book and like a superhero fan. Like I like want it to succeed, obviously. And I'll tell you the truth, man. I haven't played in 3 days, and I was playing earlier before I got on here, and I was Hulk smashing fools, smashing fools. And I looked over at my wife, and I sat there and said, I was like, babe, I still got that feeling with this game. And then anytime I switch a character, I still got that feeling with this game where I'm like, whoa, this is a new game. I get that the content and enemies and stuff are very repetitive and similar in that
Very
sense.
lacking.
Combat solid though. Like animations look good. Like a lot of shit breaks apart in that game. Like I see it, but it's also one of those things where it's like, man, as a Marvel fan, I wish it was better, but it's not right now. So I'm just waiting.
Do you think it would be better if they'd actually used the actors from the MCU?
No.
No.
Because as a comic book fan, I've seen so many iterations of these heroes that was never a that was never a thing for me.
See, for me, I wanted to be a superhero, not a, because literally the reason why I never bought into it was because I didn't feel like a superhero at all. Like I was the Hulk and I was getting two-shotted by a stupid robot with a gun. Give me a freaking break. Like, I'm sorry. Like like I am freaking the Hulk. Like, come on. And that's where and I understand it's the grindy game, but you also could make it still grindy, but still I can still whoop ass.
Exactly.
Because even at low level, I'm still the Hulk. Because technically you're not. It's not like you're gaining, like especially the Hulk. I mean, you are you. What, you get thicker skin and stuff? Like, okay, like But like that was where I lost me. And I tried all the other characters.
I actually stopped playing after the campaign, and I leveled Thor up, and then I started getting one-shotted, and I'm like, fuck this trash.
Exactly.
And then it got updated, and I wanted to check that out, and I was like, oh, this feels way better, way better. In the early October update.
If they can do that, like if they can promise that, hey, you will be a superhero in this game, I would probably look at it in the future. You know, I mean, right now it's like what, $10? So maybe buy it now.
Like 30 by Black Friday.
Exactly. Like let's just buy it now and then just.
That's another thing. It's like, is that gonna like, oh hey mom, dad, you know, I don't have the Avengers game yet. It's only $30. Get it for me for Christmas. Is that like, I could see that where it's like Lego type of shit. Like, I think Ultimate Alliance just toned up a little bit, and you're not getting that, like, I'm smashing the fucking ground whenever I'm Hulk. I am flying at Mach speeds when I'm Iron Man, or flying through enemies as Thor and stuff like that. Like, that was what I was expecting as well. I see a lot of people would be like, why is it an open world? And it should have been this way and it should have been that way. And I definitely understand where that's at, but not for this game, not for Crystal Dynamics and not for Square Enix. You want to look at games like Batman, Insomniac, and what Rocksteady did with Spider-Man, or I mean, I just got all that fucked up, but you understand what I'm saying. Those are isolated, very focused games. You were talking about Valhalla. You know how they did it in Arkham Asylum, where it has like areas and it still feels open world. I was just thought to mention that. Like, that's how you do a good open world or whatever. It would have been better, I think, ultimately, if they did an Iron Man solo game, a Hulk solo game, and did it like based on the MCU. Not based, but the structure of games releasing. Marvel should have got in with a solid gaming company and made it like the comic books, man. Yeah, exactly, man. Like, I wouldn't be surprised in 5 years from now to have Venom in that Spider-Man, to have the Spider-Verse happen basically in video games.
You better be Carnage.
Like Gotham Knight.
Give me Carnage and Venom.
Yeah,
absolutely. Game
exactly.
Over. Let me kill everybody.
See that type of
eat everybody's face.
Absolutely.
Get into each other together with that. But anyways, that's just like the super fucking comic book nerd in me that I love that kind of stuff. And I am super, super still waiting, if that makes sense, on that game, man.
Yeah. I think we all.
But anyways, let's move on.
But it's like Anthem. What Anthem could do in flying, if they could actually put that into an MCU game, but then with with Spider-Man. I know Ains hates Spider-Man, but they did such an amazing.
I hate him. I got nothing against Spider-Man.
I didn't see anything against you, Steve.
He just doesn't do it for me.
Fucking bot.
Better watch it. Dan's above you, right? In Spider-Man. Dan.
Like 5 on a unsuspecting piece of furniture.
Yeah,
But
you won't
Grant
even
is,
feel it.
I mean, Grant is right though. I mean, Anthem was more freaking Iron Man than what Iron Man was in Avengers.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what was, that was sad. So
That was the
Jake,
best thing
I
about Anthem
literally
was
do-
the flight. It really was the flight.
yeah.
Yeah, I really do get these feelings where I'm like, it feels like I'm playing with my action figures. Like it really does. And that's like, that is dissing it. And that is kind of like being like, yeah, okay, that's cool or whatever. But yeah, I really do that where it's like, this wasn't, I don't know, a lot of, man, just 5 years in development. This is how it turns out.
Yeah.
And then you got COVID and wildfires. I don't even know if that's an excuse or if that's a reason, or I don't even know, because I mean, I don't want to seem like I'm heartless because I'm sure it affected it very much, because Avengers multiplayer game should have been one of the biggest hitters. It should have been. But
I
should have.
I can't. You can't blame. When games that have been out for that long or that were announced that long ago, like Halo Infinite, for instance, right?
Oh, God.
How long has it been in development for? I understand the last year.
How long? Real question.
Whatever, but
how
then
long?
people are like, Halo Infinite's been. Ains, you can help me out here. Like 5 years.
Yeah.
At
something
least,
like
yeah.
5 years.
Wow, let's see. That's interesting,
So
man.
I get COVID, but
they're building an engine from scratch. That's not a good example in that sense. It's very different. Building an engine from scratch is an absolute monstrous undertaking. There's a reason no game companies do it, right? Everyone licenses Unreal Engine or
I was gonna say,
except for Gorilla.
other engine Source, or all the ones that are out there, but they don't build an engine from scratch. It's a
Gorilla did.
what about Gorilla, or what about Sony Santa Monica for God of War? That wasn't Unreal. Or
Decima.
No.
Yeah.
God of War wasn't Decima.
No, not God of War. But I mean, like Death Stranding and
Death Stranding and
Yeah,
Horizon.
I'm talking about. I mean, it can be done, but no. My whole point was you can't
But
blame
God
COVID
of
for
War was
everything.
in development for several years.
What is it?
God of War was in development for several years too.
And the scope
That's what
of
I'm
the
saying.
game
I
is
know.
different from like
Yeah,
comparing
and that's a
single
single-player
player, mostly linear gameplay compared to almost an open world. You got multiplayer. You got like so much that goes into like Halo compared to the other two. The other two
Zero
are
Dawn and Death Stranding were huge open worlds.
Yeah, but Death Stranding was empty.
but how
But it was still an open world.
I loved it,
How
but it was
diverse.
empty. It was a huge open world, but it's easy to do that when you got nothing to fill it with. So
The terrain, Mo. It's all about the terrain, dog.
I don't know, man. I
bro.
platinum that shit.
I
There was a lot
loved the
done when I
game.
used it.
I loved this journey it takes you on. I'm just saying, in between that journey, it can get pretty fucking boring, man. Let's not
I
lie
had
to each other.
roads and zip lines everywhere.
Look, we all just know that Microsoft didn't watch 343. That's all it was. They weren't watching them, and they screwed up, and then they're like, shit. So they're waiting, and you may not get it till 2022.
Honestly, from the way it sounds to me, and especially whenever I hear like Matt Booty talking about things, it's like they're giving them freedom, which is cool, but too much freedom and no one watching over your shoulder. You're you're not delivering anything.
Too much rope, you're gonna hang yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and especially considering the track record of 343 compared to Obsidian.
Or Bungie.
I'm not going to compare it to Bungie. I don't want to compare it to Bungie, to be honest. I want to compare it to another.
How could you not?
No, I want to compare it to another. No, I want to compare it to a current Xbox studio. That one you give the freedom, and they came up with a game with 12 developers and it break records, and another one with 500 that can't do shit. That's a lot of management issues, and that's like a really broken management. That's what it boils down to. I know it's we're beating a dead horse at this point, but
I don't even know how this. I don't know how this
I don't know
conversation.
what else to
This
say.
conversation shifted into Halo Infinite.
This is your fault, Mo. I mean, I don't know why you saw Ains below me. You shouldn't even said anything about Halo. That was a huge mistake. As soon as you said it, I was like, this is a good time to leave.
I got my brain has like 94 things I want to say right now, and I'm like, I'll just let it go. It's all right.
shit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because
Save it for
we're
Vic,
at the
Cassie.
2 hour and 8
Save it for
minute
Vic.
mark. If we're gonna go into Halo Infinite,
Yeah,
No,
that's
no, no,
another
no,
2
no,
hours.
fuck
That's
that.
another 2 hours.
No,
Yeah.
fuck that. What? But just a couple of brief points. So because some of this other shit is really not worth. Ghost of Tsushima ended up selling over 5 million units,
incredible.
Yeah.
and they said, "Hey, listen, Pony, hold on,
Hey,
let me do the praising."
Game of the year. Just saying.
Tetris.
Incredible.
If Tetris were to be on the PGAs, I would vote for Tetris.
No, but
Even though I
seriously,
loved and platinumed Ghost
the
of
one thing,
Tsushima.
the one thing that really made me happy about Ghost of Tsushima and why it sold so well is because of the fact that it was following The Last of Us 2. This is not a Last of Us 2 conversation, but I'm just saying because of the fact that it followed The Last of Us 2, a lot of people were writing it off as just like, whatever, Sony left it out to dry. But I really, I'm happy for Sucker Punch because, they put a lot into that game. And when you first played it, especially following The Last of Us and the toxicity surrounding it and whatnot, and how you got to see just a unified community, whether it's green or blue or red or fucking purple, whatever it was. But everybody just basically kind of a lot of people agreed on the fact that this is a good game, and I think the feel-good story of it, following The Last of Us 2's toxicity and filth, for a month straight, that was nonstop. I think that really contributed to it too.
That's the only reason why it's successful. That's because
I really think that was a huge part of it. I mean, no, it was a huge part. The game was obviously excellent. It was well made, but I think a lot of people took a chance on these types of games that don't usually play these types of games, right? Like imagine seeing this game on a screen or a screenshot or whatever. It's a beautiful game, right? So it really drew in a lot of people because of these multiple aspects. So I think it's awesome, honestly.
Everything.
No, man, because I think it was written off. That's why, really. I think it was just written off, and
everybody just said Last of Us was going to win everything because it's Last of Us,
right?
And I'm sorry,
did Last of Us have a samurai mode that was black and white that you could play the entire game?
No, it fucking did not.
No, it didn't.
Also, and did any other game come out of the blue and give you free content?
Yeah,
no.
As much as that content is,
and that was impressive. And to me, Ghost is still my number one game. Like Valhalla's trying to right now. I'm not gonna lie, but Ghost
game of the year last
Ghost
year.
Ghost is definitely there. Like Ghost is my thing. I love that freaking game.
Sure.
Yeah,
it's nothing else comes close to it right now. Until right now, Valhalla's trying to get there, but I'm not there into the story yet. Compared
and one of the greatest photo
you
modes.
won't
photo mode? No, there's no. No, you're probably right. No, you're right.
Don't listen to the guy in the middle.
Nope.
But the photo mode, you are correct though. That photo mode was the most impressive thing I've seen in the world. And it would because I have a PS4 Slim. Come on, and those screenshots are still phenomenal. And I can only imagine out on a PS4 Pro or especially PS5 now with 60 frames. That's yeah.
Just beautiful.
Looks good.
Eggplant.
Yes.
Eggplant rise. Well, while we're on sales, even fucking AC Valhalla. I mean, this was really expected, but probably because of maybe because I personally love the Norse setting. I like Norse mythology, so seeing this itself actually didn't really surprise me. I know, Dan. I know.
Dan's giving you the people's eyebrow there for a second.
But they did say apparently that it had double the players launch day. So this is from Ubisoft. It had double the players on launch day than AC Odyssey, which is probably considered to be that was from Ubisoft today. It had the biggest debut views and engagement of any Ubisoft game at launch on YouTube and Twitch. And sales are expected to grow with next-gen console sales. So this is impressive. I think the anticipation for this game, really, how long have we been talking about Valhalla? Dude, before we saw any gameplay on the Series X or anything, we were dying to see Valhalla, right? Even when they first said, Series X gameplay and they showed some fucking sorry-ass trailer and everybody's like, yo, where's the gameplay that you were talking about? Even at that time, people have been wanting to see this game. Maybe because just to see how it ran on it was probably to see how the performance was on the console itself. But there's been a lot more interest in this game than the previous Assassin's Creeds before. Like I've never seen this much anticipation for despite the fact that it has its fans and every year more and more people play it. But this is the first time where I just saw so many people from a wide range of whatever the hell you support just being like, yeah, Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed. I can't wait for Valhalla.
I think it's probably due. So Origins and Odyssey have both been really well received, right? And Odyssey was Game of the Year contender for a lot of people. And I think when you combine that with the excitement for next gen, as you said, and you combine that with people just love Vikings and Norse shit, dude. They just do.
Yeah, they do.
And then you got people like me who there's a lot of English culture and British culture and history that's touched on too. And you put all that together, put the pinky finger down, all right? we're in combat mode, all right? We kill the Vikings, then we have our tea. All right.
That's right.
There you go. Nice. Classic, baby.
But I think when it's a culmination, right? You put all that together, and that's what we're seeing here. It's just a huge sales for this are going to be really, really strong.
And I think also that TV show, but that show with the Vikings, I don't know
Vikings?
the name.
Yeah.
I never.
And
Is it
Last
for-
Kingdom.
I mean,
and
Vikings, yeah.
Vikings.
Vikings
I didn't.
is so good, man.
I never
So
watched
good.
them, so I didn't know. The
You
actual name
should.
of it, so I
Watch Last
apologize,
Kingdom.
but-
I told you.
See, Last Kingdom.
Yeah, actually,
very good too.
Actually, I did hear the Last Kingdom was better.
So I'm just
Last
saying,
Kingdom
like,
is better, and the voice actor is the guy who does Ivor.
That's
Great
dope.
voice.
So
Okay,
that's why I
cool.
want to change the sex of my Ivor.
I will say with Ivor though, I was really expecting him to have a deeper voice. I don't know why. Like, I was really thinking this dude's gonna be like,
I've seen
I am
that.
like, freaking Drogo from freaking. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I
wanted him to be gruff, man.
No
Yeah,
voice,
like-
just grunts.
like,
he
he
just
was
makes
just-
noises.
I know he was just more like well, I am here. I'm like, wait, what? Like you got this big ass beard and you ain't got no girth. Like where's your rump? Like, come on, man. But
Yeah,
but no, like
The diaphragm, son.
you're right. Get it from down here, man. Like,
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. Yeah, he doesn't sound as.
So I'm not gonna lie, even though I didn't play Valhalla, Dan, when we were talking like in pre-show about the game and stuff, like what you were hitting on, the cons, unfortunately, that was exactly what I expected. The horizon,
did
like
too.
the horizontal movement, and like that's what one thing I noticed too, when it was like very wide open, and you could get from place to place easily. That's why I didn't like Odyssey, because of the whole like boat thing or whatever. But I feel like Assassin's Creed didn't exactly make Valhalla. It didn't make the jump that I wanted it to, but it definitely took the steps in the right direction.
On Valhalla,
On Valhalla.
Yeah, the thing is, and I said it in my review, and it's not, obviously it's not exclusive to me, but if you're gonna do, and I love the game, I'm not even lying about it. It's a great game. I love Assassin's Creed games. I played them all. I have enjoyed most of them except for 3. That one can suck one, but other than that, it's so samey over and over and over again. Right, and then you make these arbitrary changes to stuff like the skill tree, which I will never be able to figure that out ever, because I don't understand why everything is all gear specific. If you want to do, like, what the hell do I need, points in my range for if I'm not going to ever use my bow, but I'm forced to get to the next, whatever it is, the next skill node or whatever. So it feels like I'm wasting all this time. And then there's a level somewhere on the map that's 340. I mean, even if you got 40 skill points from doing like side missions, that's 150 levels that you have to level up, assuming that you're getting 2 skill points per level. That's nuts. That is nuts. I didn't put that in the review because, I don't know if anybody will ever get to that point. That's crazy to me.
Ubisoft has definitely figured out whatever that is, exactly what you're talking, because I felt that in Odyssey. They figured out how to keep you playing like it's a grindy multiplayer game.
Right.
But
Now,
They found out how to do that in a single player game.
That's not what the series was about, though.
It never was.
Nah,
If
dude.
you go back to like Brotherhood, it was always a great story with, just everything was
The map?
good.
But
Yeah.
that's
Remember how fucking cool in
Which one?
Brotherhood?
Which one?
But
Yeah,
it's
do you
not
remember in Brotherhood when
Assassin's
you had
Creed. It's
Do you
not
remember when you
Assassin's
had
Creed.
remember in Brotherhood when they introduced like the assassins with you? You press a fucking
Yeah.
button and they just kill everybody
was
around you.
Yeah,
awesome.
that's
Where is that?
There's
Where is that?
nothing like
Well, because
that.
shit?
Yeah.
you're
I
not
wanna
an
fucking
assassin.
discover. I want to.
Right,
You're a
that's the thing.
Spartan.
Shit.
You're a Spartan. You're just a random Egyptian. You're a
powers.
freaking Viking. That's all you are. You're not
Right,
a
it's Creed.
the assassins are in the game, and you're like, can I not be y'all? Like, I want to be y'all.
Yeah, I'm glad that
Yeah, the creed isn't there, but the world is still.
the Hidden Blade comes back, which is awesome. That's one of the things I missed a lot from Odyssey. But it doesn't really push you to use that. It really
I was
kind
gonna
of pushes
say you don't
you
use
toward-
it that often.
No,
No, you don't even need it. Like even the way when they give you the blade, it
Yeah.
gives you that same vibe. Like I don't want to spoil how to give it to you, but that line when he gets it or she gets it, it also
Here you
gives you
go.
that feeling as like, it's
Yeah.
there. It's cosmetic.
Wow.
It's not really.
and there's a lot that
useful
goes
anyway.
into those games. I understand that. I just want like some meaningful change. And going back to like and I know maybe it's because I like the game so much, but Ghost of Tsushima I think did Assassin's Creed far better than Assassin's Creed has done in the last 2 or 3 years. That's when you see games like that come out, and it's not for everybody, but that do a Ubisoft kind of experience, but make it more succinct and make things more meaningful. You got maybe 40 side missions in that game total, and a lot of them play towards the main mission.
Right.
A lot of those go towards, with what were their names, the sensei and lady, whatever,
Masako.
Yeah.
Masako.
Yeah, Masako. She, that's all that stuff was kind of meaningful towards the game, and it kind of built up, as you went on. The combat was amazing, and you could choose to do whatever you wanted to. You can make a build specifically just to crush people. You can make a build specifically for stealth. You can make a build specifically for whatever you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But here you're kind of all over the place. Like if you want like that extra adrenaline shot to get that extra little thing, you have to go so far down the road to get there and waste all those points just for and you could that's for the Raven gear. You just say I'm not even going to use the Raven gear. You've just wasted all those points so you can have an extra adrenaline slot on there, and it just seems like this is a really dumb way to do it. And then we talked about Ludanes. I'm like in the middle where it's like we don't get all the garbage that we got in Odyssey, where it was just like, well, this is all pretty much trash. Because once you find what you like, that's what you use, and you can just continue to upgrade at every level if you wanted to. Here, there's way less. And I enjoy that part of it, but it just seems like there's just not quite enough. There needs to be a little bit more to satisfy people, that want that kind of RPG loot experience. So it's a weird direction they took, and I'm still liking it because I love Assassin's Creed. It's just not getting me where I need to be. I think Ubisoft just kind of needs to take a step back and go, listen, we can do this a little bit differently. Let's pick something first and stick with it. Past one game instead of like we're just going to change this to see what happens.
Here's the thing, though. They can. This is clearly like like everybody knows. This has now become a full-fledged open world RPG, right?
Yeah.
If they were to take that same exact formula, this formula that has been successful for them, spin it into or apply it into another franchise, take the Assassin's Creed franchise away from this formula and try to put it back more towards the old style, do you think Assassin's Creed would still be as successful as it is now? Because a lot of people. Angela, for instance, Angela loves Ubisoft games. Ilu loves Ubisoft games, right? So that, I know. So tying the Assassin's Creed name with this formula now that has been so, I personally don't like it, but that has been so popular and so successful for them. I wonder if they've thought about it and they were just like, if we end up doing this, maybe the new IP won't sell the way an Assassin's Creed would, and maybe Assassin's Creed taking it back, or at least trying to get it closer to how it was, maybe it won't sell like it would now, with this formula and this name. So I think it's just taking a life of its own now. And I think if they try to separate it as bad as I want them to, I don't think it's going to happen. It will never happen.
Too deep
Point, though, right? He
The
said
worlds
that,
are going to get bigger.
a lot of what you're seeing here and as much engagement that it's getting is because you launched next to a brand new generation with 2 new consoles. If you had a chance to change it and make it something better, this was your chance, because people were going to buy it because that was what was coming out. I mean, if you look at the other games that came out, just third party, Assassin's Creed right now is the biggest one, right? They had an opportunity to come in and go, people are going to buy this game regardless, because it's a launch title. And people are going to love that stuff. They needed something to play, and and you can make as beautiful as it is, and it's gorgeous, and make it 60 FPS like it runs on the X, which is unreal. It looks so good.
God, it's so nice.
But you could have came in and gone, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to change the formula. We're going to go back a little bit to where Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed 2, where it was more assassiny, I guess, if there's a word. And that's what I miss.
I'm still I personally just like I like where they're going with it. I'm still really early in the game, if I even end up finishing the game. But basically they set you on this journey for Eivor, right? So there is a purpose, right? Whereas before, like with Cassandra and even with what's his name, Bayek, right? Like, I mean, initially, I wasn't really quite sure as to. I mean, you get the backstory, right? His wife, they got this weird relationship where she's fucking thousands of miles away or whatever, and then obviously his son died, but there was no purpose to these. This is why I think Ezio's still the best assassin,
dude. Yeah,
because they showed you you controlled Ezio from the fucking second he was born. You move his limbs. You see him as a kid. You see him as a punk ass teenager who gets in fights. Then you see what happens to him, the tragedy that hits him, and what ends up dropping his balls into a man, right? And that itself is what's missing now. This character progression, this whole thing behind the assassins, and to make you actually feel why the Creed itself is so fucking good, as I think to me is what's important. I think if they even added that itself, if they went back to that, even with this open world formula, if they at least make you care about the assassins and they add more of a punch from the old days, where to make the fucking Creed actually worth something and as important as it was, then yeah, okay, fine. But globetrotting is fine and whatever, but I don't know, man. Like, I could fucking go on and on about this, and I know everybody can, but it's just I love the fucking differing opinions about it, right? Because there are people like Angela.
Yeah, what you got, Angela?
Yeah, I want to hear what you guys say.
The new
So, Angela, why do you like these? Because I know you love them. Why do you like this style of games? Like, at least the new Assassin's Creed or the new Ubisoft games that like people like me like to trash, for being so samey. What is it? What is it about you that likes them so much?
Well, let me start off by saying, as much as I love Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, Unity was my favorite, and that was one of the old style. But and I know everyone hates that game, but it's a damn good game. They fixed a lot of the problems, and a lot of people missed out on a good experience. But people were also complaining that the old games, they were all copy and paste. So then Ubisoft remade everything and brought us to Origins, which was this incredible game. But now they just feel like adventure games. I don't care that they're using the Assassin's title, because it's still pretty satisfying to walk up to someone and just, slice them in the head. It's cool.
Stabby stab.
Stabby stab. But
do you guys remember
games now?
Man, do you guys remember when Assassin's Creed 2 was revealed at E3 and Patrice Désilets came out on stage and he showed Ezio in Rome, right? It was either in Florence or Rome. And he got on top of this pillar and he jumped off and they did the double blade assassination. The fucking crowd went nuts, man. Like, I want that. That's what I want again.
And that's where like this particular game, what got me was the fact that you can chop people's heads off in their arms and legs, and like you could
dismemberment, baby.
Yes, like and that was my thing, is like they did change, instead of just hitting something and blood splattering like a freaking Quentin Tarantino film. Like you're actually, they go to block and they chop off their hands and stuff. That's beautiful to me. Like that is what I love about the Viking side of it. Like that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like every other Assassin's game, you're blading in and there's a little bit of blood spurting and there's their body. So it's like there's nothing like, okay, I didn't chop this dude up. I didn't do anything special. I mean, again, you are doing road-like stuff prior to these open world games that you now are using freaking every other kind of weapon, guns, starting from Black Flag, technically, because Black Flag started the Origins. So, and that's where this huge open world water boats and shit, came from. Like I can kind of care less about the boats, but I understand why, because, the world is, you have to have water somewhere. You ain't gonna just have just pure land. So, but I mean, but I personally love it though. I mean, I like these games. I don't know why. I don't know.
I got you.
Like
I mean, they are. Go ahead,
Are
Angela. No.
you sure?
I got nothing.
It all goes back to Unity. It all goes back to Unity because they were like little puzzles. Like you would get to the palace and you would have to figure out, okay, what's the best way to get in here and kill this person and get out without alerting all these guards.
It was
Whereas
like
now
Hitman-ish,
you just run in or you just jump over the wall and kill the person and run. You don't have to think about it anymore.
You're not an assassin anymore. You're a fucking soldier now. There's no assassin. There's you don't have to sneak. You can just walk in and kill.
But that's what I loved about Unity. Like I keep going back to that game, but anyways, like I loved walking around the palace. Okay, what's the best window? No, there's a lot of guards here. Let me go to this one. Like I loved that. Now you just run in and kill.
I got you. Ains, you've been quiet, bro. You've been processing. You're trying to go to sleep.
I'm an open world RPG lover. So see it. Valhalla speak to me. The original Assassin's games, all 94 of them, never did a lot for me. I played some of them. They never drew me in.
That's because it's in England. Let's just be clear about that.
I put 100 hours in Odyssey, I don't want
to hear it. This one's gonna have like 300 hours for you.
It's just I love those types of games, whether it's Assassin's. This is gonna offend everyone. I don't care about the Assassin's Creed name. I don't care what they.
Oh, okay. That's what I was gonna say. I feel like the name there or not as a game in its entirety is a good game. Yeah. I bet you get pretty good flow going. That feeling of like doing this and doing that, getting in my boat and floating around. I'm killing dudes and just whatever that serotonin drop is. You know what I mean? I bet you get them very well in those games.
If I want to sneak, I can. If I don't want to, I don't have to. It's just an open world RPG, which is fine. So, but I think
action RPG for sure.
Yeah, I think me saying that I don't care about the Assassin's Creed name only furthers your guys' point that it doesn't really matter that this doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed, right?
Yes, true. Yes. Yeah.
So I'm kind of torn between. I get what you guys are saying, and I get for instance, if they took, I always go back to Halo. If they took Halo, right, and Halo Infinite was like an open world RPG where it's like, the shooter mechanics are gone, I'd be like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Man, so I get it.
But it makes sense.
They should start doing the Miles Morales, but of Assassin's Creed, where it's like a smaller, more focused game. I don't know.
Yeah. Even from his perspective, it makes sense not to care about the Creed, right? Because you weren't a fan of the older games, so it doesn't really mean shit to you.
I look at this a nice big open world in a new setting. Like I looked at Origins as an open world RPG in Egypt. Yep. And then Odyssey was an open world RPG in Rome, in Rome and the other regions. And now this one really interests me because it's my heritage, right? It's England and the Vikings, which I love. So I knew I was going to love this game before I even played it.
And now they didn't have to have Assassin's Creed name on it.
It doesn't even matter. They could have just called it Valhalla, and I would have bought it all the time.
Right? Yeah.
I think a lot of us would have.
Yeah. All right.
Dan's point, when I read his review, I said the same thing. It's like I do get the complaints. It is bloated, right? And there are bugs and glitches, and there are things to complain about these games.
The Animus.
Forget the Animus. Come on.
I didn't even touch on that because I didn't even see it that much, during my playthrough. A couple times, and then I was like, this is how it should be, because screw the Animus. Like, you can go in and out as much as you want, but how am I doing that for?
But I just enjoy the open world aspects of it. That's why I've been quiet, because I know a bunch of you are like really strong Assassin's Creed fans, and I'm not one. So
have you seen the movie?
I am, but I'm good with the way it is.
I love the movie.
I don't know. It's fine
I
either way.
did too, Angela.
The movie was good. Shoot.
There was a little bit of cheese
Whoa.
at the end there where she's just like saying Assassin's Creed words from the game, like he's synchronizing, and it's
Hey,
like,
Well, hey, at least that
cringe.
animus was way better than the bed. I mean,
It
I'm just
was.
saying.
yeah, that's true, that's true. yeah.
Cringe, man. Cringe.
Monster Hunter World. Wait for that movie to come out. Can't wait.
Oh,
Pumped.
God.
Excited.
Dude, she had a gun.
No.
What? No,
Because they
game
get
over.
warped from like our
No,
world.
The real world.
No,
They shouldn't have done that.
world,
nope.
and
I will
it's
never
just
watch
like,
that movie. We'll never.
All
watch
right.
it.
Well, yeah, that's yeah.
So the final segment will be
Oh shit.
Ping pong.
Do you have a
ping pong balls.
Mo's got to play with his balls.
Wait a minute. What the hell
Okay.
did I miss? 'Cause
I'm gonna tell you. Did you see that thing? Did you see that thing floating around?
No, Dan's been mostly off of
All
Twitter.
right, Dan,
Yeah.
you've been
Good for you,
off the
Dan.
grid. Okay,
No,
so somebody
That's how it should
posted
be.
somebody posted a picture of a ping pong ball hovering over the Xbox Series X.
perfect.
Right? There's two ways of looking at this. Actually, three ways. There's the regular way, like me, who's just like, wow, this is so fucking cool. If this works, I'm gonna put a ping pong ball
Yep.
right over my Series X. Right? Imagine if that thing's playing and it's just hovering, and people are like, ooh, that's so cool. I'm like, yeah. And then there's the fanboys, the fucking Sony turds, who said, aha, look how much wind or how much air it blows out. And the Xbox people who are doing fucking damage, or just look, oh, this is all fake news. It doesn't matter. You know, I mean,
Oh, I thought you said fanboys. as in,
fucking
like,
ping pong
fanboys.
balls is what they were arguing about. So what did I do? I went on Amazon and I ordered a bag.
Hey,
It was
does it
only
work?
$5, so, and
You
I
know
got
what? Honestly,
refunded
like I
for
said
it.
to you last night,
I
if
I
you
tried
can
it.
get
I
enough
tried it.
airflow out of the X to
There's no
lift
way.
up a ping pong ball, that
That's
means
impressive.
it's fucking doing its goddamn
Yeah,
job.
I was gonna
it's
say, yes,
cooling the
it's-
fuck off.
It's
Like,
really
wow,
cooling
like-
it off, and it wouldn't be
When
that
was the
quiet.
last time-
Like,
when was the last time
why?
you held one? It's so fucking light. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I put Gears 5. I'm like, all right, man, let's just blast the load on this thing. Let's see what it is.
Blast.
Jesus Christ, man. If you
Blast
put-
the load.
blast that fucking full load, man.
Eggplant.
Nothing. It didn't move. It didn't move.
No. People
I mean,
put
even if
like
you put a
feathers on
napkin-
there and it's not moved.
Oh my god, it was insane.
Because I mean, just put your hand over it. It does not. I mean,
No,
it's
there's not a lot
It
of
doesn't even have sounds to it.
No, I mean-
Like the airflow is not even strong enough,
nothing.
but it's flowing. Like it's flowing. Like
it's just it's
I
just
don't know.
funny. And just like Graham said, you know, if it was blowing that hard, good. Like I don't know how anybody could be like,
Cooling the
haha,
shit
your,
off.
your Xbox is blowing a lot of air. Good.
Your Xbox is working. How
Yeah,
dare you.
yeah, right.
I don't see a problem.
And then
Like-
people would start making little gadgets like, hey, where it floats on your Xbox, and it'd be like a little X or a
A
little.
little Xbox
oh, dude,
helicopter.
dude,
that
yeah,
goes above
yeah,
it.
exactly.
A little ball that glows like the Xbox symbol. And then
Yeah,
boom, there
exactly.
you go.
I can't
So
believe
Bomber-
that actually
Little
turned into
Gears
a
head or
console.
something.
Bomber, funny you mentioned that. There is a the lead motion capture developer for Ubisoft Toronto actually tweeted out earlier today about actually marketing Xbox ping pong balls
They should.
to float on top.
Might as well.
Why not?
100, dude. Sale.
Dude, everybody would buy one.
100%. I wouldn't even
Everybody
think
would.
about it. You make that bitch hover, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
You know how fucking cool
People
that
want
is?
the fucking
It's
fridge.
so cool.
Give me the
Oh, dude,
fucking ping
But
pong
how
ball.
did
I
this
want the
turn
fridge.
into a console
as
war?
soon as Aaron Green was like, so this fridge, we may be selling it. How about, would you think about, what about a mini fridge? Like everybody, like, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like
When you
yeah,
open it up and it had the sound.
oh, dude, yeah, they had the sound,
that would
green
be
lights,
awesome.
everything. Dude, come on.
That would
Yeah.
be
I
awesome.
would
And-
buy it if it has the
If you
sound.
actually
Just
put your
open it and
individual
listen to that
beer
sound.
or cans of Coke in the top where the holes are, and you press the little button and it shot up.
Achievement.
Okay,
Achievement.
first of all, okay, now you're getting a little crazy.
We have the technology. We can build it.
I mean, definitely so. Though. That some bitch gonna be $5,000, like everybody said it would be.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You see how big that thing is, though? The
Yeah.
actual, like this comes in like 3 crates, like 3 pallets. It
We
sits
talking
on.
about
Like,
the
shit.
PS5 again?
No.
No, the PS5 is the pallet itself.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Well,
man. Jesus Christ.
we said we wanted to do 2 hours, but I guess we're closer to
Well, we can keep going if you really want. I know Ains wants to go for the full 4 hours.
Dan and I have another podcast.
Ains and Dan are really dying to push forward.
We have another
Lightweights.
14 hours.
I just
Sounds
got
like,
the look.
sounds like you guys already got the grinding your gears segment out of the way. Right? You guys are good.
Oh man, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, they really got the grinding. Yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow's show, man. That's gonna be fun as shit. I swear to God. Well, guys, hey man, thank you for coming. Honestly,
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
for having me.
Very,
Yeah.
very
Thank you
cool.
for,
Yeah,
inviting
appreciate
me.
the invite, man. Absolutely.
appreciate having you guys, every one of you. Thank you, Mariano, man. Hi, how are you? Hey.
How's it going? I'm in the corner, man.
Hey, Graham, I hope it didn't hurt too much.
No. My nether regions are quite well intact.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So thank you. Thanks for anyone who came and listened and joined. And I'm glad we did this. This was fun, guys. Thank you again. Let's fucking play some video games because right now, as soon as we get off, we're probably gonna get on some party chat somewhere. So
If we can figure it out.
Right.
that's true.
Hey, you guys all going to PlayStation? Start one on Xbox.
I'll run a party on my Xbox while I'm playing PlayStation.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. I'm torn. I'm torn.
Are you
All right,
Ains,
guys.
you're not streaming tonight though, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, what is that in this camera? In this camera, tell me where you guys we can find you at. You ever see?
Oh
Hot
yeah,
Ones?
man.
All right.
Shit. Oh yeah, Bomber. Let's start with you, bro.
Oh shit.
Where can we find you at, bro?
You can find me at the wonderful Twitter HRBomber1414. Of course, on Xbox, PlayStation, HRBomber, and Gaming Beyond the Box on every Wednesday at 8 Eastern Time. Other than that,
Yeah.
that's literally it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Mariano. What's up, man? Where
How's
can
it
we
going?
find you, bro?
Oh,
Where can
man,
we find
well,
you, man? Huh?
well, you can see me at Twitter, liking everybody's posts, retweeting, all that good stuff, and
no.
2-3. Because I love you guys, man. I love all you guys and stuff.
We love you, Tom.
I see you, baby.
Bump is our jock support.
I'm
He
the
just
mascot.
grabs
man.
us and lifts us up.
Just throw it all out there, show it to everybody. Man, to the point where even Twitter thought I was a bot, man. That's yes.
I got freaking. I got my shit temporarily suspended because they're like, we want to verify
Well,
you're
you
not
said
a
it,
Stupid bot.
bro.
Because you're a bot,
Savage,
Mo.
Your next bot.
Bro.
Damn.
Oh, man.
Ains, Dan, you guys want to do like a joint collaborative effort?
Brother,
You can find us at Seasoned Gaming.
Brother.
All right, Dan.
SeasonGaming.com. That's about all I got. I'm on Twitter. You don't follow me already? I don't know what to tell you. So,
He's so excited.
Oh,
SeasonGaming.com. It's simple. Everything you need is there. All of our profiles. You can find us on Porsche Power everywhere. So, yep. Just keep it simple.
They have people who write articles like adults.
yes, exactly.
So if you are interested,
I like how Mo gets
gaming
close
realm,
to the,
Dude,
check
I
it
know.
out. The camera.
I like the
Really
fact
good.
that you said like adults. You know?
Graham, where- oh yeah.
I see you.
So Graham, where can we find you other than up Shuhei Yoshida's ass?
He's yelling at FedEx.
Graham, I love you, bro. You know I'm fucking with you.
So on Twitter, it's GTM618. On Twitch, it's GamerGram618. On YouTube, it's gamer.gram618.
Oh man,
Yeah.
the fuck,
PlayStation and
I feel you,
Xbox,
Graham.
it's Reaper618
You
1979.
gotta consolidate.
Nobody's gonna remember that.
Consolidate.
need a
Nobody's gonna
whiteboard for
remember.
that, just,
Hey, bro, you gotta do something about that. Man. Holy shit! Oh my god, I
I
feel
feel
sorry.
the name struggle though, Graham. I
No,
really
yeah,
do, bro. Holy
I've
shit.
tried to reduce the names down, but every time I do, PlayStation actually doesn't like my name. But that's a different story.
just
Yeah.
use King or something. You know,
I've
that
tried to reduce my name on PlayStation to Reaper618 because it's not actually taken. I can do it on Xbox, but I can't do it on PlayStation. PlayStation will let me actually do Pearl Necklace 618, but it won't let me do Reaper 618. Don't ask me why. I gave up trying to talk to them.
You know
What's
what
the
Sony
problem?
likes?
Why?
He's talking
Why'd
about-
you? First of all, why'd you try Pearl Necklace?
And why didn't you go
To
with
see if it was one of their TOSs that were causing the problem,
There
that
you
were
go.
stopping.
Gotta test the system yourself
Reaper
sometime.
So I went, extreme
That's right,
on
Mike.
their chat system, and
And
yeah.
they
Oh,
said
yeah.
it-
Yeah,
I
you
would've went
definitely
with it.
went
You should have just
extreme
went
with
with
Pearl
it.
Necklace.
How
Yeah, I don't
awesome
know
would
why
that
you
be?
didn't go
So
with
tell
it.
us where you are. Pearl Necklace everywhere.
It's a good conversation.
All over
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, guess what? Dan's changing his team gamer tag team.
I need female friends.
Hassan, where can they
Mhm.
find you, man?
Man, I am Shamisol literally everywhere, including Cedia, which I deactivated that account a long time ago.
What?
See that?
Stadia,
Graham?
Dan.
Why?
See how easy that was, Graham? Shabby soul everywhere.
Literally, everywhere except Twitter, you can find me by my
name's
real
like
name.
10
poor
years
Graham.
old. Damn it. I hate you
Yeah,
all.
that's
So,
true.
yeah.
Token female. So yeah, like tokens and stuff. What's up? Where can they find you at? And
Captain?
On Twitter at
Captain,
AKA
my captain.
Asthma. Don't add me on PlayStation or Xbox, please. It's not those names, but I won't add you back anyway.
I'm hacking your shit right
I'm
now.
gonna tweet it out after the show.
and Angela always gets messaged by weirdos. So if you're a weirdo out there,
She's
you
a
have
weirdo.
someone to message.
If you don't respond, you know where you're at.
That's why I ignore
Thanks, Dan.
DMs. I'm not joking. Like I've sent
If
you
you-
guys.
It's a
copies.
magnet. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
known.
bye-bye.
You're a weirdo magnet. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So if
But
you're a
anyways,
weirdo out there and you message Angela and she doesn't answer, that's a confirmed weirdo, right?
It
there.
also means that we're all going to see it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
exactly. All of you guys will know about it.
Absolutely.
But I'm a contributor for Season Gaming.
Yay.
Cool.
I'm proud to say that. I feel so good to say that. Okay.
All right. Well,
And much better review scores than Dan.
Yep.
Yes.
absolutely.
I would have gone higher for Valhalla, but we love him. We can't cancel
Absolutely.
him.
All right. Well, that settles it then, guys. Happy hunting. Happy playing. Happy new gen. Let's get to it.
Someone make an Xbox chat. See you there.
All right.
Cheers.
Always. Later, guys.
Later.
You guys.
Later.
Good night.
Good hanging out, man.
Bye, man.